What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Banner Report podcast. We are coming to you live on October 15th, 2025. Follow us at the Banner Report on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Spotify podcasts, and Apple Podcasts. That's where you can get your live feed of our episodes, our content, our little shorts that we're posting, our 10-minute clips. We're getting involved in the comments there. So jump in, have a conversation. And let's talk NBA because it's right around the corner. And we're going to do that here in a minute. We're going to open up the conversation with some NBA news. Then we're going to jump into our over-unders for both conferences. I know Bill Simmons did his Western today, and Eastern's probably coming tomorrow. But we're going to do them all here. And then we're going to jump into NBA awards and superlatives. Wrap it up with a little NFL talk, and then we're going to do our movie reviews of Casino Royale and my upcoming pick, which we'll disclose at the end of the podcast. So stay tuned for that. Got a little bit to talk about for those movies. Guys, how are we doing?
Excited for the NBA season. We got a week.
A week.
Next Wednesday. This next week's gonna fucking drag by. I already fucking know it.
Well, not if you like football. You always have football.
Yeah, I don't like football, so this next week's gonna drag by really fucking slow.
And if you're wondering, by the way, this is not makeup. I did not get into a costume because we are covering Casino Royale. Shout out to the Chief, Mads Mikkelsen's character, who famously has a dysfunctional eye. No, me, I heard somebody talking trash about Jason Tatum and the Celtics and how we're going to be so bad, and I had to jump in and defend my guy's honor, and that's what I did. I took bruises and punches for them, and I would do it again in a heartbeat, because that's how dedicated I am to the Celtics team. No, just kidding. Actually, my Cats beat me up. It was a fucking 10-8 round. It wasn't even close. 10-7 round knockout in the first round.
This is exactly how Nick Fury lost his eye. So
true, a cat, but his was a flirkin, and mine were just fucking assholes.
It's actually my childhood dog lost his eye. He's a one-eyed Boston Terrier because my damn cat scratched it out. So cats are dangerous. Yeah.
Me and your dog, dude.
Dude, it added so much. He lost it as a puppy, so we were always confused if he even you never know their memory. You never know if he just forgot that he even had one and that's just his life. But it added to his lore, that's for sure. He looked way tougher than he was. It made him look like a badass, but he was a softy Boston Terrier. That's for sure.
Terriers with one eye. That's gonna look crazy. Boston Terriers' eyes are fucking buggy to begin with. That's a big target.
I was gonna say that's probably why, especially when they're a puppy, dude. Like those don't really, probably don't grow much, so it's like probably if I can remember my Boston Terrier puppy, it's like way too big for the head, even more so than when they're an adult.
His head must have moved so fucking quickly to look at shit because fucking you know how fucking sketched out they already are, and he's only got one eye now.
Oh yeah, no, he was a hilarious dog. He'd just be like walking into things because of the one eye too. And he was a great, and he obviously couldn't catch, but his name was Buster, so Buster with one eye just is perfect.
Steve almost blinded me once with a fishing fucking lure on his backswing. He hit me right in the eye. Luckily, the hook didn't catch, and my eye was closed. Otherwise, he would have been real. That was the only thing he would have caught was my fucking 20% of my vision, my 20% left eye vision. But he didn't.
Are you sure that was me?
Yeah, it was you.
Wasn't Jimmy?
No. Jimmy never went fishing. Me and you went fishing like almost every day for a grip in the summer.
Yeah, I just know that fucked up shit used to happen when Jimmy used to go fishing.
It was an accident. I mean, obviously, you didn't know I was behind you or like that I was in your backswing there, but I was, and that would have been a hell of a catch. Fucking 280-pound largemouth ass. But yeah, so I'm sighted. I've been doing sighted things. I have a newfound respect for vision. And I only cried like 3 times. Not a big deal. So no, my cats. Shout out to my cats. But let's roll into some NBA news here because we got a big, heavy show for you, a packed show. The news around the league happened today. Malcolm Brogdon, former Celtics 6-man, has decided to hang them up this week. Today, breaking news. Hang up and end his career, transition out of basketball. He's only been in the league 9 seasons. He was guaranteed to make the Knicks roster, and was seemingly going to be an important piece for their second rotation or whatever. Now they kind of have a void to fill with a second ball handler off the bench. What do we think? Malcolm Brogdon.
I think that opens up a trade, Anthony Simons for Jalen Brunson. I think that's what they need. What a fucking wild, 9 years in the league. Like, I thought Brogdon was in the league for like 14 years, so I was like, all right, whatever, And he just decided he couldn't make it through this year. Like, but 9 years in seems a little short. I think he had to be
accomplished 9 years too.
It was a very accomplished 9 years. I think you have to
Rookie of the year, 6-man.
I think you have to get 10 years for your pension and everything to kick in, or your lifetime insurance. So that was kind of a strange move. But he is also part of the NFLPA or the NBAPA.
Yeah.
So maybe that adds into it too. I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, so his last good season, obviously last year wasn't good. Was with us. He was the 6-man. He provided valuable minutes for the Celtics and was seemingly going to take a role with a different team, elevated role. And I don't know, he just never sort of got it back. Like his athleticism, he didn't have a ton of athleticism to begin with, but whatever he had, he like lost it with. Didn't he? What was his injury at the end of the year? Something.
He had an elbow injury in the playoffs.
Yeah, I was gonna say elbow.
Like he couldn't even shoot. He could barely even dribble. So that fucking put him basically out of commission. Remember he was hitting like the side of the backboard on corner threes in the playoffs because he was just forcing it.
Yeah, he couldn't. I'm looking at his stats from last year. He only played 24 games, and in those games he averaged 13 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. But the thing that wasn't there was his 3-point percentage. He shot like 28% from 3, 29%. Like, yeah, and like I said, he's not athletic. He's not going to be able to keep up that much with like the De'Aaron Foxes of the league. And like maybe his only saving grace was his shot, and he doesn't have that anymore. And maybe that's why he's decided to hang him up. But I don't know. The kind of leaves the Knicks swinging a week before the season.
It almost has to be a case where his health was that bad. Like he must have just felt just as bad as last year coming out of our team. Like because it's only explained that way. Because like you're saying, he's in such a good spot for his role and going into his 9th year, not old. And I mean, like obviously last year was rough, but he had a damn good year with us. Like just in 2023. So it's just kind of wild to drop off just 1 year and then retire. It has to be that his elbow is not getting better, and he's just like, you know what, I made enough money, stepping away. Don't want to have this. Don't want to embarrass myself, or I don't even. You know what I mean? Like his health must have been really bad.
Yeah, he only played 39 games for the Trailblazers after he left us. So health is a huge issue. Yeah, maybe he just hasn't been able to get right. You really hope it's nothing serious, because that just that when you play retire so early, makes you wonder a little bit, so I really hope that it's not that. It's just like he realizes he can't compete at the level he wants to anymore, and going out on his own accord, which is what he said in his retirement statement. So that I can only take what he says at face value. I'm looking at his stats. He played 39 games for Portland. Come on, I can't get his total points. Where are they? I'm sorry. 15 buckets, 5 assists, 6 assists, and 4 boards on. Well, he shot 44% from 3 that year. I don't know. Sad. I don't. How does this impact the league?
It really impacts the league too much. I mean, he was a bench player for the Knicks. I don't think it hurts it doesn't help the Knicks' chances, but it doesn't hinder them to a point that you're thinking they're not going to be a top 2 seed in the East this year. They still have Clarkson coming off the bench. They still have Jalen Brunson as their primary ball handler. You can still, piece it together pretty easily. And your bench is going to get shortened in the playoffs anyway. So
yeah, but for that season depth, man, it's it's kind of they were looking to be like 10 men deep all year, and that's particularly valuable. But now they're one less. I'm trying to look at who else is the guards on the roster. Sorry, 1 second.
Deuce. At least they got Deuce still.
You got
Clarkson.
Here are your guards. You got what the hell? That makes no sense. Yeah, you got Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, who's kind of they're both in between. You got Landry Shamet, Kevin McCullough, Miles McBride, Jalen Brunson, Garrison Matthews, Tyler Kolek, Pacom Daddier, Clarkson, Bo Bowie, and Malcolm Brogdon, who's retired. Like, they sort of need another ball handler there.
And call up the Nets.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. I mean, the Nets have 9 guards. I did the math earlier today. They have 9 guards on their roster.
A 12-man roster with 9 guards.
The oldest guard is 26, and he's not a name. He's not anybody that is. I think it's Terrence Mann, of all people, not a ball handler.
If they're calling for guards, though, they're gonna have to wait because they're gonna be on the hold because the Rockets are still calling everyone, I think.
Well, and I guess that leads us into the next point. Russell Westbrook also found a landing spot for this upcoming season. He signed a 1-year deal with the Sacramento Kings, a guy that we thought was probably favored to go to the Rockets and fill that Fred VanVleet role. A guy the Knicks, I'm certainly sure now wish they had a chance at, because they can afford that $3.6 million. It's only slightly above the minimum.
Yeah, I think so.
But I don't know. I don't know how it works with the apron. That's a little too complex of a question. Can you bring on anything over the vet minimum if you're under the second apron? I don't think so.
Over the second apron?
Yeah, which the Knicks are.
Over, yeah, no, you can't if you're over. Not unless they'll give you the injury one that they gave the Pacers. But other than that, you don't get to sign over. Anybody that's been waived, if they made more than the vet minimum, then you can't sign them either. If they get waived partway through the year, then you can sign them. But I think that was also part of the reason why the Kings signed him to just over the vet minimum. Was basically just to be you can't. Nobody can trade. You can't trade for him. Nobody else can make an offer that's that for him.
If I have a question for you, if we just pushed back let's say Brogdon retired 2 days ago. If we just push that back, do you think that Russ and the Kings still make this deal? Because I really don't.
I mean, just from the reporting I've heard, they've been talking for months, so I still think they probably do.
But why wouldn't, if you're Russ, take a little less? You're in your 18th season. Money's not an issue. You're a Hall of Famer, not an issue. Why wouldn't you want to go to this Knicks team, which for all perspectives is a really fun team to be a part of, and that is going to have a legitimate chance of contending, and where you will have a solid role? I just don't get why Russ wouldn't do that. But then again, I don't really understand why he went to the Sacramento. I know why Sacramento. There's not many teams that can balk at a guy who played 75 games, averaged 13 points, 5 boards, and 6 assists on 45% from the field. There's not many teams that can't use that. And not to mention, you're getting 100% effort on both ends. Yeah, I just the Kings, obviously they're not fools for bringing him on. I don't know if they're going to start him. What do you guys think? Do you think they're going to start him, or do you think he's going to come off the bench? Because I don't really see anybody taking his position.
No, he'll start.
I think he starts. I won't really watch much of it. I'm sad he went to the Kings because they're a pretty miserable franchise at the moment. But
the Kings have the weirdest built fucking team ever. They're hey, we're going to take the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah.
We're going to put them in Sacramento. And then we're going to put, instead of Vucevic, we're just going to have fucking Domantas Sabonis. Now we're going to bring Russell Westbrook back. And we're going to have him just run everything. I saw something there, no cap room. There's no young players on the fucking team to develop.
Yeah, he's going to play over Devin Carter, who by the way is beating me out for worst hairline in the NBA.
That pick was nuts. The win does not do him justice.
No, that's a tough. I mean, you got to just go Derek White, brother. I know it's weird, just got to do it.
Look how it's done Derek White wonders. Everyone loves it.
Yeah, of course. I want to massage his bald head and kiss it. Hope he wants to do that tonight.
That lucky fuck.
Want to polish your bald head. I mean, I don't know. It's really weird that he landed here. It's just weird.
I think he must have just wanted to stay in state. Right? I mean, he went to Denver, but maybe he just wanted to go back to Cali somehow, some way. That's the only way I can think about it.
But why wouldn't you want to go try for the Warriors? He would find minutes on the Warriors. He'd be a great fit. That's Unk City right there.
Do you think he just hates them so much for the Kevin Durant thing?
That could be part of it. And also it could be he might not see that many minutes there because you still have Steph. Now you have Seth Curry there, and they just re-signed Kuminga.
Just get Seth out of here. Russell Westbrook's a better player than Seth Curry.
Yeah, but I mean, Russell Westbrook also may be looking at that and saying, like, hey, they just signed Steph's brother. I don't believe that they're probably going to get rid of him to sign me.
Or get fucking Buddy Hield out of here. Get whatever you can back.
I would rather have Buddy Hield on the Warriors than Russell Westbrook right now. He fits that team to a fucking T. He does all the things that Steph can do, just not as good.
Well, he's not going to you already have that guy in Moses Moody. You already have that guy. So I don't really think you need two of them. And one of them's 23 years old.
On nights that Steph sits because you're trying to not run him into the ground because he ended up with hamstring issues in the playoffs last year. Yeah, you want to keep those guys around to run the same actions and then.
But you're not losing. I would argue Russell Westbrook's a better fit for those nights because you could just run out Moses Moody and Pajemski with Russell Westbrook and have him play and Draymond Green or whoever and just have him open up the floor and do a dish a drive and kick that will be unstoppable off a pick and roll from Draymond. I don't know. Yeah, I guess that makes sense, right? He wanted to play his way back to LA or in California, but. The
other two teams obviously can't afford him. So
also, he would be a good fit on the Lakers, I think, too.
He's not going back to the Lakers, not after the way that ended.
But also, it's it really is basically he would have to play over Bronny, and that that's not going to happen. Yeah. The Clippers don't need him; they're loaded at guard. They don't need him there. But I did write down a list of teams that could potentially use a guy like Russell Westbrook. Including our Boston Celtics, guy to help anchor that second unit ball handling.
Maybe one of the things that drew him there is that not only Cali, but also we were saying, it's kind of starter security. There are not many teams that he'd start on. A lot of teams could use him, but him with his pride, he might want to start on a team that can win some games this year. Probably only a handful that he could actually start on in the NBA because some of the bad ones, their best players at point guard.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say there are teams that could obviously use him in the starting role. The Pacers, the Bucks, he could probably fit in there with Giannis. I don't know, maybe not. Now that I'm thinking about it, actually, yeah, who's he playing against for the Bucks for that starting role?
Fucking ball handlers.
Kevin Porter Jr. That's it.
Yeah, but maybe he doesn't want to live there.
Ryan Rollins, I guess. Jazz, there's a lot of young guys there, but you tell me having that adult in the room wouldn't help.
I think the Jazz have waived him twice, so I think that he might just not want to go there just off principle. He's been traded to the Jazz twice and waived twice, so
they have a handshake agreement when he enters the building. He puts his hat on the thing and walks out. They're like, "Yeah, see you later, buddy. We don't want you. You don't want us.
Here's your key card. It's going to work for the next 10 minutes." And then once the paperwork gets faxed through to the office, your key card will no longer work. So go use the restroom, get yourself a complimentary water. We'll see you when you come back in January for a regular season game.
I mean, I guess at the end of the day, it's just kind of disappointing to see a guy who I personally do love and as a player and as a competitor who is still producing at this level, which I don't know, if you got that out of Chris Paul, you'd be happy. And he still has a spot somewhere where it matters. So it's I just, and he's the top, 28th in bench points per game and 29th in bench assists per game. He's a top 30 bench player in the league, and he just finds his way to Sacramento to start. Just doesn't add up.
I don't get that. The thing I don't understand about the choice is that he didn't go to a contender.
And that too.
Russ can't think that he has that many years left. He's 18 years in the league. He might end up with 19 or 20. I mean, just because he's a competitor, but you would think that these last couple of years, he would want to go somewhere where he got to compete. And you look at the West, and the Kings are not one of those teams.
Not even close.
Not when you have faith in to build either. That's for
sure. They're still mid blow up. They're mid blow it up still. They haven't even finished blowing it up.
But they've done such a shitty job of blowing it up that they're in the second apron. How bad at blowing it up are you that you're in the second apron not competing?
It's not a team completely devoid of talent. It's just mismatched and not really scaring anybody.
Yeah, all those guys, if you put them in different like places in the league, they would be like great. Like you put a DeMar DeRozan on like a team that's struggling to get a bucket at the end of a game, he's great. But you put him on a team like the Kings, where it's like, hey, we need you to be like our first or second option the entire game. Like, I don't know how great of an idea that is.
No. And what isn't it? Is it Chris Murray? Which Murray's on the Kings? He didn't. Isn't he going to be gone, missing extended time too with the UCL tear or whatever?
Yeah, maybe that's why. Which is Westbrook
not good. Well, I mean, I hope they're not hoping he can replace him for shooting.
I guess from a Kings perspective, it was a good signing because you're getting Westbrook on a pretty cheap deal. So you don't hate that for the Kings, but like your team also still just does not make any fucking sense. Like, where's your spacing?
Like, best case scenario, they can package him for a pick at the deadline. I don't know. They rehab him so much.
What is it, like 3 or 4 of your best players all like to operate in like the mid post area, like long twos and like in the rim? Like, great. How's your spacing?
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I just want to talk him in Memphis. I think that would have been a great fit. Like,
you're talking about an adult in the room.
Yeah.
Use one of those.
And a guy who's like Ja Morant, was proto Ja Morant, kind of, but
before Ja Morant, yeah.
Hopefully he can like get that guy together, but also I think he provides the ability to move those people off the ball, like where I think they probably fit better. I don't think Ja Morant's
a great call. Memphis is a great call. I think that would have been such a better fit. I mean,
they got Ty Jerome for threes.
Again, like they're not competing. Like once again,
actually, are you sure about that?
If they got Russell Westbrook, I don't think the Grizzlies are making it out of the first round. I think they're like a 7 seed in the fucking West, and they end up with the Nuggets in the first round. Like they're gonna get smoked.
Yeah, I don't know. That just it stinks. It stinks, and I don't like it. But hey, it's probably good news for the Kings because now they have a competent guard who doesn't have an absolutely fucked hairline. Shout out to Devin Carter.
Bring him some money. People will get the jerseys too. He's like a name, like you know what I mean. It's a good ad, regardless.
Yeah, asses in seats.
Exactly.
Yeah, you mean Domantas Sabonis is not drawing asses into the seats?
I feel so fucking bad. They put that fucking guy in the starting 5 of the same year. They put like LeBron James and shit. It's like, wait, no, LeBron wasn't on that one.
What?
That was Tatum. That was Tatum, Sabonis. It was Braun, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I forget that.
What is this list? I missed it. What are you talking about?
The starting 5 Netflix documentary.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen it.
It was the first season was like LeBron,
Edwards, right?
Tatum, Anthony Edwards, and then there's somebody else, and then it was Domantas Sabonis, and it was like, this guy is so fucking normal and boring. Like
he's like sneaky the guy. He's the guy who like in 20 years when we're talking about this generation of the NBA, like that guy's gonna have such a good highlight tape. It'd be like, man, this guy was actually a real and he was like, he is a real he's like a triple-double every night still. And it's like, he's probably the most valuable player on the Kings if you wanted to trade for him. Right? But I mean, not contract regardless. Like he's be the number one asset.
Yeah, look at his counting numbers and be like, oh fuck, Domantas was that guy. And then you go back and look at the Kings fucking records and you're going, oh, Domantas was not that guy.
Yeah, like they're predicting like Sengun to have a huge jump, and his numbers would be Sabonis's numbers in his huge jump. Basically, they're like, he's going to get 20. He's going to average over 20 and get 12 and 6. It's like, oh, I know a guy that does that.
Yeah,
nobody talks about him because he's stuck in Sacramento. Yeah, and probably the worst run organization in the
NBA. I mean, they traded Halliburton. Bet they wish they had that one back.
Traded Halliburton to keep Fox, and then like 3 years later, they traded Fox. Great job, guys. You got 0 of those 2 guys.
All right. Speaking of moving on, is there anything you want to wrap up before we move on?
No.
News-wise? No.
Kind of chatting about these teams anyway,
Yeah, Western Conference over-unders. You want to start at the top of the bottom?
Let's go top, right?
Let's go, yeah. There's a lot to talk about here at the 2 top teams. These are all as of today. Oklahoma City Thunder. Their total season win-loss over-unders at 62.5. What do we think?
Over.
I would take the under on that one.
Okay, I'll take each a turn. Jacob, why?
Isn't that less than last year? Didn't they have
Yeah,
64?
I think they got about 64 last year, yeah.
And they were like pretty injured. So I'm just imagining if Chet plays most of the year and Hartenstein doesn't go down, they've already withstood, like they had a lot of injuries last year and they didn't get worse. If anything, they could be a little healthier, and I think Chet could jump and take a leap. He didn't even have to take a leap last year. So
They won 68 games last year. Steve?
68.
68 fucking games last year. That's crazy.
And they might be healthier because they had bad luck last year.
Well,
So it's like,
J-Dub's already injured to
That's
start
true.
the year. Steve?
I just see the championship hangover, and I think that they saw what happened with the Celtics and like how like beat up we were by the time we finally made it to the playoffs last year. And I think that they're going to try and like reel guys in. I think that injuries or not, there's going to be a lot of nights where they're going to be sitting a lot of guys. They're going to be like, oh, he jammed his toe at practice this week, so he's not going to play the back-to-back against the fucking Kings. Like, I think there's going to be a lot of nights that they're going to take off, and you're going to end up with that championship hangover. I mean, I still think they're going to be like a 60-win team, though. Like, I don't think it's going to be like a drastic fall off. I don't think they're going to be in like the low 50s for wins or something like that. Like, they're still going to be a 60-win team this year, but I don't think that they're going to be on that 68-win pace. That was wild last year. Like, Shea had an MVP year. I mean, you don't want to put that much pressure on them back-to-back years, especially after making a deep playoff run where every single one of their series basically went like 5 or 7 games. Like, there was no easy series for them last year. So I think that they're probably going to take it back a notch this year.
So, I mean, I hear both your points. There's validity in both. The pros and I'll start with the pros. They didn't lose anybody. They're still the deepest team in the NBA. They're all in their 20s. Like, they're not, age is not a factor. They got the championship already. That's the pros. Like, and you can't really bet on injury health. Although it's getting to be a bit of a track record for some of the guys, but they've been relatively, even not as healthy as they were last year, they still smoked this. And like we said, they didn't get any worse. The cons, the West has gotten, at least top wise, a lot more competitive. Even at the lower end, is still kind of, there's not like really a ton of easy outs on a night to night basis in the West. And as for saying you can't really bet on injury, they have been injured. They're already starting to have injuries. So I could see it both ways. I lean over. Because they were in the Celtics spot last year, and the Celtics, how many games did the Celtics win last year? Coming up, they're going to get everybody's hardest game as the reigning champions. They're going to get everybody's best game on a night-to-night basis.
Yeah, let me look up how much they won last year.
The Celtics won 61 games.
How many did they win the championship year?
64. I just remember 80. So
64. Yeah. So, like, I'm not too worried about a team that's loaded like they are, like how the Celtics were and how they are on a night-to-night basis, getting everybody's best game. So that's why I'm leaning over. They're still so deep. Nobody should be favored against them at all on a night-to-night basis unless SGA is not playing. Easy over for me. So we got 2 overs and 1 under. Steve's under. Now, here's the team that you want to talk about. Denver Nuggets, 54.5 is what the over-under is set at. Gentlemen?
Jacob, you're our native Jokic expert, so.
I mean, I think it's over here. I'm kind of going over at the top, to be honest, because this is arguably the best team that Jokic has had. Like, even with the final year, I mean, like, kind of has the same team with just some more added players now that he got Bruce Brown back. And swaps, I think, MPJ for a better player at the moment. So I think they'd only have to win. I think they're as good enough compared to last year to get 5 more wins. They won 50 last year with that squad. And I think Jokic is going to just roll into the year and be as good as ever because he never slows down. I wonder what evolution he has this year, though, because last year it was becoming a 44% three-point shooter. which is insane. So I wonder what it'll be this year. Maybe dunking. Maybe he dunks a few times a game this year.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I think it's definitely an over. I think you're getting Cam Johnson instead of MPJ, so you have a whole nother level defensively and offensively with him. Aaron Gordon's going to come back healthier this year. You got Bruce Brown coming back, which was a linchpin for that team in their championship year. He was so integral to that team. They're young. They have a bunch of young guys that are only getting better. Like they had a couple rookies last year that were pretty good. They're only going to get better this year. So,
yeah, I mean, I agree with everything you said. I think it's a no-brainer over. Best team Jokic has ever played with. That's getting my vote. They have a bona fide backup center in Valanciunas, who is like, when Jokic is off the floor, you're not going to be completely inept, at the big spot. And you're really hoping that one of those guys like Strother or Watson or whoever can pop, with the elevator roll in. Everybody else they brought in, like that Bruce Brown. Don't they have Tim Hardaway?
Yeah, we kind of forgot that last time we were talking about it too.
Yeah, so they've made like plenty of good additions of guys who are battle tested, some making their return, and swapping out Cam Johnson for Michael Porter is going to be big if Cam can stay healthy, in terms of their offensive production, which can stall if Jokic is not there. So yeah, I think it's a no-brainer over, even though everything else in the West is, like we said, West is hard. This one's interesting. The Houston Rockets at 53.5. What do we got?
I have Kevin Durant winning Clutch Player of the Year.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert for what's coming up. So, based on that fact, I think that there's going to be a lot of close games that the Rockets are going to win, and I think that's going to put them in the over.
I think that's fair. I mean, I'm going under, I think, but just like one or two, like I think like 52. Like I don't think it's crazy. I just think that, like we were saying, the playmaking thing is going to be tough for them to figure out. I think they like figure that out mid-year, but I just don't know if it's going to be the cleanest year for them.
It's basically if Reed Shepherd can be anything. Yeah. Like a lot of this weight is on the 22-year-old who has very minimal play time, and Amen Thompson too. Like, I know KD is, but you're only going to get 50 to 60, hopefully 50 to 60 games out of him. So he might not even qualify for that award, Steve.
I guess that's true.
Me too.
He has to. If they're going to win.
Their defense is going to keep him in so many games, and I think that when you have Kevin Durant at the end of the game, you have a really good chance of winning those games.
And they got a good ass coach too.
They do.
Ime's really good, and I think Ime is the perfect coach for KD if it goes well. Like, to keep him like really on his shit and like motivated, and like because when I feel like KD's best when he's in a strong culture already. Like, so if that's already happening, I don't think we'll hear the same locker room things we heard on the Nets and the Suns. You know what I mean? In the Rockets, like Ime is not going to put up with shit, which I think will be great for KD, honestly.
Also, just to circle back, the thing we never talked about with the Thunder is not the Thunder, the Nuggets was that they've cleared out hopefully the dysfunction in the front office, with the coach and that with it. I think they probably will rally around their guy Adelman.
So.
And now that Calvin Booth is gone, there's not going to be we need to play these youngins, that fight. But yeah, with the Rockets 53.5, I mean, they're not all going over, right? Like these can't all go over. I don't know. It's basically, are you willing to bet on a pair of 22-year-olds to step up and make this team a contender? And I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'll take under. Fred VanVleet is going to be hugely missed, and they didn't really fill the role, which everybody said they needed to. So, Jacob, you're under. I'm under. Steve, you're over. Yeah. The Minnesota Timberwolves, 48.5. What do we got?
This is like a coin flip. I really think this could go either way. I'm going to take the under.
You can say that about everything. They're all equal. Like, yeah, of course it's a coin flip. Vegas has it there.
Yeah, but I mean, like, there's some of them where you're looking at it going like, I don't really give a shit either way. Like the Jazz, like, I'm not putting any real money on it either way to see what happens. but like these guys at the top, like it's going to be within a game or two of where their number is, and I really think they're going to go under this year. I think the West has just gotten too good this year. I think they're going to see big steps from a lot of these teams that are at the bottom. They're going to steal some wins. So I think I'm going to take the under, but I don't think it's going to be that much. I think it's going to probably be like a 46, 47 win team.
Jacob.
Yeah, this line basically has them exactly where they were last year because they won 49 last year. And they didn't. Did they add anyone in the offseason at all?
Not that I can remember.
I feel like their team. I mean, they lost. Didn't they lost Alexander?
Oh, they lost Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who actually was pretty important for them down the stretch.
Yeah, I just think the West is going to be brutal, and I think they win. I think they win like 48 or 47. Honestly.
Yeah.
So you have them under.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's an under for sure. I'm not seeing anybody they added. They didn't add anybody. They weren't that good last year. Mike Conley's 45 years old now and still is going to be heavily dependent upon, which is why the Timberwolves probably could have used a guy like Russell Westbrook. Anyways,
everything circles back to Russell Westbrook.
The only case for this is like Ant finally becomes the guy everybody in the media has made him out to be, and Julius Randle is no longer stoned and fully locked in. Like that's like really your only case, because there is talent here. There's definitely tons of talent.
That's the thing. Ant was amazing last year, so he'd have to go like God. He'd have to be like top 3 in the. I think he'd have to be like top 5 in the league, top 3 in the league. Like he was already like top 10 probably last year. So like.
But when you say that in what like statistics, like he has to do more to help the team win, and I don't know how to define that.
Basically, he was top 10.
Yeah.
No, I just mean like he has to get better at that. Yeah, because I mean he's amazing. He's an amazing scorer at the moment. Like, did he like break the record for threes ever in a season last year?
Probably did. He launched, but that's not necessarily conducive to winning basketball. I get it. There's not a lot of offensive engines on that team, but I don't know. I think it's under, no brainer by a decent amount.
I think you're one injury to a tweaked ankle and Oz Reed or Rudy Gobert away from like having a week where you go 0-5. Like it's they have a lot of really good top end talent on that team, but they're another team that doesn't really have a bench, so they're 1 or 2 injuries away from a really scary season.
You're not all in on Johnny Juzang?
Not till I've seen more of them, no.
I'm going to say this about every single one. Another interesting one, the Los Angeles Clippers, 47.5.
No, it all depends. Do you think that Kawhi Leonard plays this year? Or?
I know. What an impossible task this one is. We literally have no idea what the situation is going to be. If he's playing over, because I think their team's actually really good. If he's not playing, I think it's such a stink too. Just like if they get slammed really hard, it just might be a really bad culture. Like, you know what I mean? Vibes in general.
So having said all this, what you just said, Kawhi played 37 games last year and they still won 50 games. So they would have covered this.
If Kawhi plays 0 games this year because he's making the cap.
Well, that's the thing. Like this, there's been a ton of like off-season drama with this team. The biggest story in NBA, like culture, I don't know, in a long time. So like with this big looming specter, I think this is appropriately set because I think no brainer. You could look at the roster and be like, this is a 50 win team. Just eyeballing it. Even with Kawhi playing 40 games or, if he's not going to play any. So I think that can they get out of the specter of this fucking shadow? And isn't there like a crypto issue going on too there? Like something, there's like a whole lot of off-court drama going in with the Clippers. It's just bad vibes to start. I don't want to go out under though. I don't want to go under.
I'm looking at their roster right now. I don't think I can go under on that roster.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. It's such a good team.
And they're so heavy in the guard position too that like even if Kawhi doesn't play, I know he's a forward, but he's more of a ball handling forward anyways.
How much better are they than the Timberwolves? Because that's basically the equation.
I think they're significantly better than the Timberwolves, honestly.
They have a good big man matchup. Like Zubac is great on and Rudy, and then I mean the rest of the squad is pretty. Yeah,
And they also got John Collins and Brooke Lopez on that team now too. So
I forgot about Brook too. Yeah,
yeah, you
the
have
John one's gonna be.
you got 7-1 stretch 5 out there. Like that team is I think that team is significantly better than the Timberwolves. I think the only reason why that the lines are so close is because you don't know what's going to go on with Kawhi. On a year-to-year basis, you don't know whether he's going to get injured. You don't know how healthy he's going to be. Brad Beal hasn't really played the last couple of years because of contract issues and the Suns being
He's
down.
played a decent amount. He's been really good in like what he
Imagine
does.
if imagine if he
minutes.
averages 25. Imagine if he just averages like 25 next year, like, and he just completely fills a big void. Like that might be. I forgot about I mean, not really, because I would actually haven't talked about it later, but forgot with the whole Kawhi going down like addition. I don't even know. Yeah, their team's crazy.
You gotta. I'm forcing your feet to the fire. Pick one over under 47.5 LA Clippers.
I'm picking over easily.
Steve's over.
I'll go over 2.
And I'll go over 2, 3. So we're all over on them. I just think that it's like everything we talked about. How much are you getting out of Kawhi? Can they get out from the shadow of this fucking drama and play their game? Because that's guaranteed 50 wins with that roster. But another team of interest, the other LA team, the Lakers, the LA Lakers, 46.5 over.
Yeah.
You're both under. Too. Why?
I think that they're playing for a title this year. I think that they're not going to force it in the regular season.
All these teams we talked about playing for a title.
Yeah, but like you're looking at the Thunder, they're young. I know they're coming off of a title, but they're young, so you can still run them out there for 70 games fully healthy. But like, I don't think that they're gonna. If LeBron has anything that's like even if he's at 99% and it's a back-to-back, he's not playing that game. Luka, if he's at 99%, he's not playing that game. Like, this is a team that's going for 16 at the end of the year, and they think they can do it. I don't think that they're going to be trying to force it for extra wins during the regular season.
Counterpoint, they have a real center, finally.
Who, DeAndre Ayton?
Yeah. You laugh, but that's the best they've had in a while. Yeah, he is a center in the NBA. That's a fact.
That's also another reason why I'm going to probably take the under on him. I mean, it might rain too hard. He might forget how to put his windshield wipers on his car. He might not be able to make it to a game. You never know.
Jacob, why is it for you? Is it everything we talked about or what else?
Yeah, I just think they're going to be real safe with LeBron and probably Luka this year. I think Luka's in much better health, but yeah, I think the West is going to be hard, and you can only have so many overs. I think they'll just be right around there, like the 7th or 8th seed.
So they won 50 games last year without a real center and with injury and split time. They didn't really lose much. They only gained.
I lost a year out of LeBron's duration.
And that's the thing. They're not a team without drama in the offseason. Like LeBron still is like, he's already starting the year with an injury designation. I forget what it was. Something crazy. Yeah, like an old man. He has an actual old man issue now. Even though I have it at 30.
Is what that fucking is. That's a truck driver been sitting on his wallet for too long. He fucked up.
I mean, he's the first billionaire athlete, right? So or an NBA athlete. Like he's been sitting on that wallet too long. Man, I want to slam under, but I just am having a hard time. Having a real hard time. I mean, they have Luka.
Yeah,
you have Luka. I mean, look, it's very tempting to take the over, but you figure like what happened in the playoffs last year? Like they were just run down because they were trying to make this big push at the end of the year for the playoffs because they traded for Luka halfway through the year.
Well, right. It was a tale of two different teams, though.
Yeah, so now this year you're looking at it going, all right, like let's just ease our way into the season. Let's not force anything. Second half of the season, we'll ramp it up a little bit more. And
yeah, I'll go under. I don't feel good about it at all. We're all under on the Lakers. All right.
Go C's.
Go C's. Fuck the Lakers. Speaking of fuck another California team, the Golden State Warriors are at 47.5.
What the fuck is this graphic?
I made it. Thanks, dickhead.
You made it? Why the hell the Lakers above the fucking Warriors and they have less wins?
So the story about it is that I pulled this off of like a picture that was from last week, and the over under has all these over unders are as of today, the 15th. So I've adjusted them.
We just readjusted them. Okay.
So I think that's probably why, dickhead. You want to make fun of my graphic again? Your mom, dude.
Yeah, your mother.
Your mom. All right, 47.5 Golden State Warriors. What do we got?
That's another one I'm going to take the under on. I think the Hawks are going to be taking a lot of nights off, and I think that they're going to end up with the under.
They kind of loaded up. Now, to be fair,
let's be real here.
Yeah, but like I don't know. I feel like Al Horford is such a great addition. Like that is such a brilliant addition. And like yeah, I think I'm gonna go over on this. Jacob,
I'm going under.
Just Unkville. They're not gonna be spending a lot of time.
I'm just I'm not confident in their health. Curry's had health issues the last few years.
Like 37, 38.
I know that. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's not a knock on him. He started out his career with health issues. It's amazing. He even had the career he did. But
so we were over on okay. We are over on 4 of the teams so far. I'm over on the Warriors. Actually, I'm switching it. I'm under on we're all under on the Warriors here. Just because I think this next team is going to be an easy lock for over. The San Antonio Spurs, 44.5. Obviously, the question mark with this team, Wemby. How many games can you get out of them? Can you get, 50? That'd be great. Because if they get 50 out of them, I see them crushing their over, just because they have such an amalgamation of talent now.
Dude, I mean, if he's done exactly what he needed to do to reassure us, though. Like, I feel like he looks like a bit more transformed and healthy, and I feel like everything I've seen of him is crazy this preseason. He's been so good. Did you see the tape from his first preseason game? It was insane, and he was like doing like contact dunks like we've never seen before. He seems to like really have put the work in. So yeah, I'm just gonna hope for it, and I think even if he has to take some time off, their team is so much better now too. Like him and Cornet is going to be like they're going to not even know what they found in Cornet until they get like halfway through the season, and you know what I mean. Like that, he's going to be so big for them. And they just drafted another Rookie of the Year candidate who, in his first game, looked amazing, and like he'll be a good pro immediately, basically. But
yeah, this draft has been loaded, and they got they added a top 3 pick to a guy who's going to dominate the NBA for the next 15 years. So. Like, and now they not only that, he's already on a team where there's like real players. Now they have like a genuine like 9-man rotation, like a playoff. Like they're in good shape. Steve?
Yeah, I mean that team is fucking loaded. The fans are gonna love Cornet once they see what he can do. I mean, he's a very unassuming player, but if you just like start watching the little things that he does and how smart he is as a player, they're going to realize why they paid what they did for him. I mean, that team is, like Jacob was saying, you had a Rookie of the Year last year, you have a shot at Rookie of the Year this year, you had the Rookie of the Year before that. Like, and to be fair to Wemby with his health history, it was never really an injury that took him out. It was a random deep vein thrombosis. Same thing happened to Dame Lillard. So
I was just looking at it, Steve. He played 71 games his first year. Like, And he played 46 last season.
I mean, I know they had him on a minutes restriction in his rookie year too. He was only playing like 25 minutes a game, but looking at like the work that he's put in on his body, he's got to be ready for this year.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's dominating in preseason, and obviously that's not like the end all be all, but he's just like you can see he's added moves to his repertoire and his physical transformation. He's now 7'5", 6" or whatever the fuck.
Some people are saying 7'7". Mike Jonovich was saying like he's at least 7'7". Like
it's ridiculous.
I don't think he grew. I just think they're finally measuring him accurately. I never bought 7'3" to begin with.
He never looked 7'3".
He dwarfed everyone that was in the 7-foot range last year. Like I always thought it was like the KD situation, and now they're just telling us the truth. I think.
Like him standing next to Porzingis last year was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like,
do you see the Boban thing?
Yeah, Boban was like, I look up.
Boban said he looked up to him last year, and Boban's 7'4".
Yeah, so it's this kid's gonna be a problem for the league for a long time, which is so much fun to watch.
Also, and a little spoiler alert for a look ahead, I'm very high on their coach, Mitch Johnson. I'm very high on him. Just seems like a guy who's gonna do really well. Former point guard of Stanford, like his dad played in the league. Seems like a Pop disciple. I think if he can get this team, all these young guys to play like functional basketball night to night, they're gonna be a 50+ win team easy.
Yeah, he was lead assistant for Pop for a couple of years, I think, and he ended up being head coach last year with Pop's health issues. So this is going to be the first year where he actually puts in his system and his ideals into it. They were just trying to run Pop's system last year,
and I know he does have experience leading young guys. He won the G League championship, I think he was coach of the year in the G League or whatever that award is. But he won a G League championship, so I know he can talk to young guys. He's a bit younger of a guy himself, so.
Disciples for coaches are fucking unreal. Like if you look at it, like Becky Hammond's won like 3 championships in the WNBA as a coach. Ime Udoka came from fucking Pop. I think Steve Kerr was a Pop disciple, or at least he played for him. Like,
I think so.
Like it's his tree is like unparalleled to anybody I've ever seen in any other sport.
Yeah, I mean, you always talk about the Belichick Saban tree, right?
Yeah, but I mean, like
now it's the McVay tree.
Huh? I don't think any of those guys were as successful as.
Well, I think that's a fair point, and we're crossing sports is a bit different. But Sean McVay has like a very honest chance of being the best tree. Like I think 4 coaches currently in the NFL are like directly were his OCs and DCs and stuff. So, anyhow, I digress. Yeah, we're all over Spurs. Easy 44.5, well over. This one's hits a little close to home. The Dallas Mavericks at 39.5. I mean, Cooper Flag, is he the man, or is he like gonna have to develop? What do we think?
I mean, I got the under on him.
Why?
Kyrie's gonna miss most of the year, I think, right?
Well, not to mention they have Anthony Davis, who's not the pinnacle of health.
Yeah. And also Anthony Davis and Cooper Flag play like the same position. And Anthony Davis, for some reason, put on like 20 pounds this offseason when he wants to play the power forward. And it's like, but if you want to play power forward, you probably shouldn't put on weight. Like, that's a center move, and you hate playing center. So I just don't, like, if Kyrie's going to miss that much time, you don't really have another guy who can create shots for everybody else. They're trying to run Cooper Flag at the point, which is so much fun to watch, but I don't think that translates to 40 wins in the NBA. Having a rookie 6'10" fucking power forward playing your point guard position.
So you're not high on D'Angelo Russell, point guard 1.
Like D'Angelo Russell's so great for like running your second unit and like getting you buckets that way. But like if you got to rely on him for 82 games being like your primary ball handler and creator, like it's just not going to go well.
Just a defensive zilch. But I mean, I guess defense isn't going to be the issue there because they're getting Lively back, healthy for a year forward. They have Gafford, they have Dave, and they have Flag, who's Anthony Davis, deploy Clay. Like,
I'm going over.
I think I'm going over too. It's really going to be like, is Cooper Flag like a 20 point per game scorer already? Can he buoy an offense? I mean, it's easier said than done.
I just think that the rest of those guys just don't fit so well around him, though.
Well, I think he's the type of guy where he'll fit in with anybody.
He'll fit in with anybody, but he's not going to fit in perfectly because AD's in his natural spot. You got an undersized center in Lively and Gafford.
Just run a fucking jumbo package of Lively, Gafford, Davis, and Flag, and then have like D'Angelo Russell out there dishing the rock. That's like unstoppable. Good luck scoring on that team.
The only team stopping that is the fucking Spurs running their jumbo lineup.
Yeah, true. They have the better jumbo.
They have just a solid roster, honestly. I mean, like you said, it's hard to think of the exact lineups they'll use, but they do have a solid like 8-man even without Kyrie. I mean, like D'Lo, Clay, Flag, AD, Lively, Gafford on the bench. They've Dante Exum still. They got Caleb Martin. I don't know. Najee Marshall was actually pretty damn good last year off the bench.
Yep.
They're decent enough, and 39.5 is not that high. That's the thing. If it was like in the middle of the 40s, I'd be like, maybe under, but I could see them getting 41.
This is a playoff team, I think. Fringe.
I think it's a 500 team playing in the West, though, with that roster, with Kyrie not playing for as long as he's not going to be playing for.
The ball handling is going to be an issue. I agree. The primary ball handling, that's going to be something that you are heavily dependent upon D'Angelo Russell, and like not many. I got to look at who else their backup ball handlers are. Give me a second, but
Najee Marshall.
They got Jaden Hardy.
Not a Jaden Hardy.
Dante Exum, like I said.
They couldn't. You telling me this is a team that couldn't have used Russell Westbrook?
Max Christie.
Hey, look, I'm right there with you. I think they could have used Russell Westbrook. There's a lot of teams who could have used Russell Westbrook. This is why it's so confusing why he decided to go to the Kings. It had to, like, yes, to have a better situation or something like that. Like, that's the only thing I can think of.
I mean, this is a team in desperate need of like a Russell Westbrook, and
maybe they trade for him. Maybe they trade for him partway through the season.
That by then Kyrie will be coming back. Don't need him then.
Yes.
I don't know. I think it's obviously. I think it's what I said, because their roster is really good as it is. Not a lot of ball handler, not a lot of offensive engine in that team. So if Cooper Flag can be any semblance of a primary offensive engine, yeah, I think that 40 wins is a smash. A team here that is maybe the toughest to call, in my opinion, the Memphis Grizzlies, 39.5. Wait, I'm sorry. Mavericks, Steve, you're under. Me and Jacob are over. Now we're on to the Memphis Grizzlies. What do you got?
I'm going to have to look up their roster right now because off the top of my head, I'm taking the under. I don't trust Triple J and John Morant to be on the court, and I think those are probably your two best players on that team.
Well, they lost Desmond Bane. That's going to be a huge issue, but they did bring in Ty Jerome, who was second place for Six-Man Award last year and was nasty. Whole season of John Morant, hopefully.
Yeah.
Can you even count on that?
I don't know. Yeah, it's tough because they technically got worse. Tyler Jerome's like obviously a good pickup, but they also lost Bane, who's arguably a better player, unless Tyler Jerome takes another leap. But yeah, no, it's tough. I'm gonna go under. I think
Edie's gonna be missing time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at their roster. They're doing a lot of relying on young guys between Edie, Jalen Wells.
But Edie's going to be missing time, I'm telling you.
Yeah, he's a top 100 player, Cody.
I'm just saying they're doing a lot of relying on young guys. And then their vets are John Morant, like John Conchar, Brandon Clark.
Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
Yeah, like, I don't...
Off the worst year of his career.
Yeah, I don't really... You got Jock Landau out there. Like, I don't know.
Triple J continues to like frustrate me too. Like I get it. He's a great player, but he just refuses to do a lot of like the big man things I like when it comes to like rebounding.
You don't like 5.6 rebounds a game?
Yeah. He just
I hate it.
Like, yeah, never bet. He's a double curse. Never do that.
I hate, like, dude, you're one of the best defensive players in the league. I don't get how you're only getting, like, how about you just stick your hands up and like grab? You'll get more boards.
Yeah, wasn't he on that Olympic team where Tatum was the number 2 option? And I think there was just there's a run where he was such a villain. Like, he was in front of all of us. We're all rooting for a team with him, and he just would literally get no boards.
Yeah. Another team that could have used a Russ specifically for that ball handling and that board production that he puts out. So, Steve, you're under 39.5 Memphis.
Yeah. I mean, like, you can't rely on young guys in the West to carry you. And your vets are not reliable enough on that team to take you to 500, I don't think.
Yeah, and I don't think John Morant's going to get you over the top.
This is a confusing line for me by Vegas. Vegas knows something that I don't know, I feel like, because that just seems like a team that's got like a 34-win cap on it. Like, I don't...
Interesting. So, Jacob, what about you?
Yeah, I'm going under. For sure.
I'm going under as well. I just don't think you can count on John Morant. I mean, the obvious answer is that they're expecting a John Morant season. That's, apropos of the player. I don't think they're going to get it. And even then, I don't think it's going to be a result in a lot of winning basketball.
I think these last 5, I think we can just fly through them. I don't think these teams are particularly relevant to anything.
Sacramento Kings 35.5.
I'm taking the under on that one. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna take the over on that one. Like I feel like that's actually pretty low. Like that's a lot of like high quality NBA players on that team. They don't fit, but they fit well enough that they're going to beat a lot of the dregs of the league. And I think they're going to have about 37, 38 wins.
Yeah, same here. Going over.
I mean, that's really low, but they're counting on 3 guys, and none of them are really that good. 4 if you include Malik Monk.
They have 5 guys. You got Russell
Westbrook. Oh, they got 15. They got 15 guys. I just don't think any of them amount to like good basketball besides Domantas Sabonis. Yeah, man, this roster's not good. DeMar DeRozan at 36, Keon Ellis, Drew Eubanks, Isaac Jones, Zach LaVine, Doug McDermott, Dougie McBuckets, Malik Monk, Keegan Murray, who I think we said is going to miss time. I believe that's right. And yeah, it's just, I mean, they have Dennis Schroeder. It's not nothing.
Oh yeah, Schroeder.
This ain't Euroball
tournament. Yeah, I was gonna say if this is a FIBA tournament, the league would be fucked.
I think I'm gonna put this under. So you guys are all over and I'm under.
That's the first this one.
I think the reason why I'm doing it is just because I think the other team, the team we're about to talk about, is better. The Portland Trailblazers, 34.5. And when I say better, I don't mean much better, if better at all.
I think I'm taking the under on these ones.
Really? You're not a big believer in the Denny Avdija breakout? Like he was like a top 15 player at the end of last year for like a month or two.
I mean, at the end of the season when stakes are highest for a team that had I think 28 wins probably at that time and had nothing to play for.
Fair, but there is not. I don't think his talent is something you can shake a foot at. I mean, I think he's probably like a prime trade candidate. So, but I don't know. I think he's a good player.
I mean, looking at this roster right now, I mean, we got Dame back, I guess. I mean,
Scoot Henderson's gonna miss time. You got Drew and Dame, 2 guys who are like. Dame's not gonna play this year, so just get him out.
I think Drew gets.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. He's not going to play this year. That's brutal.
I'm going under.
I mean, look, this is going to be like a fucking sick team to watch defensively. But other than that, like I don't really see where
the scoring is tough.
Yeah, the scoring is ugly. I mean, they still have Jerami Grant or Jeremy, however you want to call it. Yang Hansen.
What did you just say?
Jerami.
We got Salami Grant over here.
He's been so out of the NBA lexicon since he signed there. Like I just forgot how to say his name. Shout out to.
He's in like purgatory. Yeah, you're right. Like he literally was such an enticing trade piece for a few seasons that he was talked about so much, and then poof, he's gone.
I'm right, you fuckers. I'm looking at his Basketball Reference pronunciation. Jarami Grant.
That's crazy. I feel like people don't pronounce it that way in media.
Why the fuck is it spelled Jeremy then? If it's Jar,
it's Jerami. It's not. They didn't even spell it right.
Like Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade's name's spelled fucking stupid as fuck.
Oh yeah, a couple extra letters.
Yang Hansen
before the A on fucking Dwayne. How the fuck does that work?
Yeah, this is ugly. This team's ugly. I mean,
like Shaden Sharp is your best offensive player on the team. Like that's not good.
I think they're gonna get poached.
36-win team, a 35-win team.
Yeah, I think this is a poach team. Teams are gonna be coming in for trades and such.
Yeah, fuck. I'll go under. I don't feel great about it.
Like I said, defensively, this team's gonna be really fun when they're healthy. Like if you can put out like a Drew Holiday, Rob Williams, Matisse Thybulle, Tumani Kamara.
I mean, good luck scoring.
Henderson fucking lineup, like that's gonna be a sick defensive lineup. But like you're gonna score like 5 points in a quarter. Like
the game ends up being like a high school basketball score, like 60 to freaking 50.
I mean, I really think if Denny Avdija can like step into that number 1 offensive role, it's when they get like Scoot Henderson back and they're full. I think they could like eke out 35 wins. I don't know. Maybe I'm a fool. Maybe I'll be wrong. But I do think I'm gonna go under just to save money.
Well, it's tough doing all these because I feel like the talent in the NBA is just insane right now. Because you look at these teams and there's so many solid players, but then you have to remember to compare it to the rest of the West. Yeah. Unfortunately, but because it's crazy. Like this team, I feel like a decade ago is like not as bad as we're talking about.
Well, when Drew Holiday's 25, yeah, you're right.
No, but I mean, you know what I mean. Like I feel like the league's just gotten so much stronger in the last decade. Like,
well, right. That's the number one argument for expansion, right? Is that there's just like there's a dearth of like. Yeah. Everybody's got a 1 through 10 rotation of players that can play. Why not just add another team and we can spread out the wealth? But whatever. That's a different conversation. The Phoenix Suns, 30.5.
Under.
Jacob.
Yeah, under.
Full rebuild? Yeah, I mean, they don't even have their picks, right? Like, you can't forget the teams that don't have their picks, like they don't have a tank reason, but
I just don't think they're good enough to win 31 games, even if they do.
The 3 best players are the same exact position.
Dylan fucking Brooks legit, like, is there your third best player, like, or second best? It's not
Depends what night. Jalen Green can be worse than Dylan Brooks some nights, that's for sure.
Yeah, this is under.
Yeah.
Pelicans, the New Orleans Pelicans, 30.5.
Over.
Yeah, I think I was actually going to say that too. I believe in Zion this year.
I think Jeremiah fears too.
Well, he's missing time. He's like not going to play. I don't think that much.
Who?
Oh no, maybe I'm thinking Derek Queen. One of the young guys they drafted is just
Queen's
like
Queen's not going to play. Fears was playing in preseason already, and he looks.
I mean, it's Zion and like CJ McCollum and fucking who else? Like
not CJ. Didn't CJ leave?
Eve Missy. Oh yeah, you're right.
He went to the Unktown. They got Herb Jones and Trey Murphy, right? Who am I on? But yeah, they got Murray still. They got DeJounte Murray, depending on how healthy he is. But I believe in Zion this year to get them over there, like with whoever's healthy at the time. If Zion's playing over 65 games, I think they went over 30.
So wow, you guys are all over. Yeah. Part of me wants to join you.
Sadiq Bey too over there.
I also just had a spree of unders, so I got it thrown over.
Jordan Poole just out there fucking just chucking up shots. Like,
yeah, I'll go over. I mean, when you compare it to the last 2 teams, I think Zion is like the standout on any of the rosters.
Games you think he's going to play is basically what it comes down to.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you compare the rosters of the Suns and Pelicans, you're like, what? What? The Pelicans are 2 times better.
Yeah.
They have the same line.
The Utah Jazz, 18.5.
Who cares?
Over, I guess.
Taking the under because they probably want another first round pick.
That's true. They want AJ
to add to their roster this year at all, and they just refuse to trade the guys that are any good.
I'll go under too. It's just like the number is so low, but and there is talent there. It's just like mishmashed. I mean, shout out to Will Hardy. I don't know what the fuck, talk about a raw deal.
Over there. Like he's stuck on a team that's going to be rebuilding for the next 5 years.
Yeah. I'm switching. I'm going under. I forgot they're grooming AJ at the moment.
Yeah, they're grooming the fuck out of him. Silver's already got that shit lined up for next year for the first of the pick. They just have to be in the lottery.
Yeah, it's an ugly team. It's definitely the worst team in the West. But moving on, Eastern Conference season over-unders. Let's kind of move quickly through this one. The Cleveland Cavaliers are 56.5.
I'm taking the over.
Yeah, me too.
They're a regular season monster every year, but I mean, I'm not taking their over in playoff series one, but
no,
I can take their over in regular season games one. I think that was a pretty easy one.
Yeah, I just think with the injuries in the East, I just feel like this year that if they've been doing it all these years, past few years, with the East being much more talented, like and healthy, so.
I mean, they swapped out Ty Jerome, like we said, second place, 6th man of the year for DeAndre Hunter. So
you got Lonzo Ball too on that team now.
Yeah, I'll go over. I think everything you said. They're regular season champions. There's not a lot of competition here.
No.
In the conference.
Also, when you have a guy like Mobley too, it's almost like you can hope that that's almost an addition of a person. When you got a player developing like that, you never know. Like you could even talk yourself into him being a new player and that being almost an addition in the offseason without doing anything.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Mobley's
I mean,
fucking
if his
already
offensive
unhappy
game.
over there too, which is
Huh?
hilarious. Because Mobley's unhappy over there too. His trainers over here talking about how they should have been feeding him the ball in that series against Indiana and they would have won.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which obviously is something that Mobley's telling him to say. Like, trainers usually don't come out and say that shit because it just looks bad on them and hurts their chance of getting more fucking players to train with them.
It's true.
Absolutely. So we're all over.
Yeah.
The New York Knicks, 53.5.
I'll take the under.
53 is pretty low. I might
That's
have taken
really low.
I might have taken the under if it was high 50s, but I'll go over. Like if it was like same as the Cavs, I'd be more tempted. I'll go over.
Steve, why I'm going over too. Steve, why are you at the under?
I think they're going to do the same thing I was talking about with some of the teams in the West. I think they're going to really try and lay back off of Jalen Brunson, not work him into the ground. I think there's going to be a lot of nights he's going to have off. You got a new coach, Mike Brown. He's going to be trying out new stuff. So there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve there too with what they're going to be running and everything.
Yeah, but if they win 50 games, he's like they'll be talking about firing him like halfway through.
If they win 50 games when they make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, then they don't give a shit.
I mean,
we're looking at the top seed
that
in
point.
the East. They're going to be a 2 seed in the East with 52 wins. So I don't
Wow.
think they're going to be that mad about it.
So the second seed in the East is winning 52 games, according to Steve.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, that's a bold take. Bold take.
Well, we look at the over-unders for the guys at the bottom in this. Like, you still got 37.5 for, like, your 10 seed in the East is what they're predicting. So nobody's going to be dominating the East, I don't think, this year.
They won 51 last year. And yeah, so I'm going to go over just because the Celtics are not there and the Pacers aren't there. All the boogeymen are gone, and they've now established like a legit deeper rotation. And yeah, they're a really good team.
And we don't know where the Sixers are. No idea. Sixers are just as in like people being healthy, like they're already injured too.
Yeah. And speaking of a team that was absolutely ogled by injuries last year, the Orlando Magic are at 50.5. Over under, what we got?
I'm gonna take the over on that one if they're healthy. I think that Paolo's gonna have a big year this year.
50.5.
I think they could be a 52-win team. I think it's gonna be like them and the Knicks are gonna be fighting for the 2 seed, about 52, 53 wins each. Like, I mean, I'm right on the edge of the Knicks being under.
You painted yourself into a corner with this under for the Knicks.
I mean, like I think they're right there. I don't think that like. In no way do I think, unless there's a major injury, that the Knicks win less than 52 games. Like, but I think the Magic could outplay their coverage and be healthy and win 53, 54 games this year too. So I might be off on that one.
Jacob,
I'm gonna go under. I know I'm gonna go over. I meant, which is kind of now I'm like, oh crap, I've gone 3 in a row. The hell, where am I gonna go from here? But I think I'm going over because not only would they just have to. I think they could even get around this with just being healthier, but then adding Bane is insane. That's exactly what they needed. So I'll just have to hope, honestly, that they're not super injured. Otherwise, they should get that.
Absolutely, I'm going over. Even slightly, I'm going over. There has to be a team that wins 51, 52 games, I think, in the East, and I think this is probably the team, them or this upcoming team. The Atlanta Hawks are at 47.5.
See, this is one that I really want to pick over on. But, I mean, somebody's got to be under. Like, I can't pick over.
For you, it's the Knicks.
I'll take the under.
Steve's under at 47.5. Jacob?
Porzingis is going to miss some time. I think that's going to be part of it. I think Trae Young's going to miss some time. I think a lot of these teams are going to be very, very careful with their players after looking at the postseason last year and seeing Dame go down, Halliburton go down, and Tatum go down with injuries that were stress-related injuries. So I think a lot of teams are going to be real careful with their guys this year.
Yeah, I think under 2. I'm high on them this year, but I think I'm honestly with you where I think they're like really easy on KP. That's for sure. They almost go like a every other game type of thing, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, and Jalen didn't like. We'll see if Jalen. Hopefully, Jalen can be healthy this year, but he didn't even get to play most of last year. I think I think they're comfortably in the middle seedings, but maybe just at like 46 wins.
I think I'm going over slightly. Even with that, they're a loaded roster, and they have a good coach, and I think they're just like, yeah, I think there's definitely measures of them being better 1 through 10, 1 through 9 over all these other teams. So I think we're going to be very top heavy here in the East.
I'm happy for Hawks fans. They haven't been good since Horford left, basically. So
you guys are under on the Hawks, and I'm over at 47.5. What about the Detroit Pistons? 46.5.
Did they add anybody this offseason that I'm forgetting about?
They lost Malik Beasley, and they added Duncan Robinson, and they're getting Jaden Ivey back.
Yeah, they didn't have him last year, basically.
Does anybody know off the top of their head how many games they won last year?
Yeah, they won 44 last year.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna fucking Vegas is so fucking smart. Like that, I'm right at that fucking 47, 46 number right now. So I'm gonna take the over on them. I think that they're gonna beat up on a lot of these. They're young, so they're not gonna take nights off. They're still hungry. They're not gonna be like one of the veteran teams that sees the Wizards on the fucking schedule and doesn't put in 100% effort on that night. Like, I think they're gonna end up with about 48, 49 wins.
This is a tough one, honestly.
Really tough.
Yeah, that was probably the toughest one that we've had so far.
I'm gonna go under.
I'm gonna go under too.
Like very similar to last year, basically.
I think all these things can happen, and they could still only win 44 games. Like, Cade, Duran, and Ivy are all back, and okay. It's just I think that there's, I don't know. Are you really going to bet on another good Tobias Harris year? Are you going to bet on like Duncan Robinson being an NBA player who can be Malik Beasley?
That's all they need him to do is shoot. So
I know, but you don't think he doesn't need to just shoot. He doesn't need to just shoot. He needs to shoot at a very high level because Malik Beasley was third place and sixth man of the year. Yeah, but no, they can both shoot, but it's the quantity and the selection of the shots that matter.
Yeah, well, he role players spook me too.
I mean, yeah, if you can you can say he can do it, Steve. I wouldn't, that's what I'm debating. Like, can he do it? Would I be willing to bet on it?
You don't think Cade's going to get that much better this year? You don't think Cade's going to take another leap with Ivy there to open things up for him?
It's just not a deep rotation. It's just not a deep team, and I don't know.
Let's just hope the injury bug doesn't get them this year.
So Jacob and I are under. Steve, you're what?
I am over on them.
Okay. Milwaukee Bucks 43.5.
Under.
Jacob.
Yeah, under.
Why?
I mean, this team could fucking hire one of us to be their point guard because they just don't fucking have one. So.
Yeah, isn't their starting point guard who's their starting point guard?
Their best creator other than Giannis is Kevin Porter Jr. It's not great.
I mean, they had Damian Lillard last year for some games, but so I just even still, and it was part of the conversation that we were talking about earlier on the text. Having a player like Giannis guarantees you around 50 wins, and they won 48 last year with Damian Lillard missing a lot of time. Now they haven't replaced anybody. Their roster's worse, but Giannis is not worse.
But didn't they lose Brook Lopez this year too?
I mean, yeah.
So
and Middleton.
You lost Brook Lopez, Chris Middleton, and Damian Lillard, and you got Kevin Porter Jr. back. I don't Giannis is the tide that raises all boats, but at the same time, there's only so much you can fucking do with that team. And I'm hoping for him to be healthy, but we've seen the way he plays and the falls he takes. And
Jacob, are you the same way? Are you the same? What's your reasoning? Is it different or is it the same?
It's the same. I mean, their starting lineup is Kevin Porter Jr., Gary Trent Jr., Kyle Kuzma, Giannis, and then Turner, who's day to day already.
Oof.
Too,
yeah. Oof, Moto, that's tough. I want to hit over, and I can't explain why. Well, I can. It's Giannis. Yeah.
I hate to do it, man. I love Giannis is so amazing.
That team is so bad.
Yeah.
God damn it, that team is so bad.
I mean, you couldn't find somebody better than Gary Trent Jr. to start for you. Like, imagine who's coming off the bench for Gary Trent Jr.
I'm going under 43.5 is just, I can't talk myself into it. Even though Giannis is unreal, there's already turmoil going on. Like, does he want to play here? They really need to get out to a hot start. I'll tell you, if they get out to a hot start and the record's okay and they're playing well, then the over is a lock, because that means Giannis is probably going to stay and not be disgruntled, and they have something there. The other team I'd be more confident. I'm more confident on the over. And that is the 76ers at 42.5.
You're confident in the over on the Sixers in that?
I'm more confident. I'm not confident. I'm more confident.
Jeez, how low are you on the over on the fucking Bucks then? I mean, Jesus Christ, because I'm so confident in the under.
We just went over it.
Not even fucking...
The Sixers team is markedly better than the Bucks team.
The Sixers team is markedly older and more injury prone than the Bucks team.
They have VJ Edgecombe, McCain, Maxey still. Like those.
McCain's just like all of last year already.
Okay,
Maxey's in his 6th year in the league. He's not young anymore. Your best player is Joel Embiid, who hasn't played more than 41 games in like 3 years. Paul George is already going to miss time to start the year.
You're coming in with bias, I think.
I'm coming in with facts. I don't know what to tell you.
The one thing, though,
that was not a fact.
The injury concern is with Embiid. Like I can't. I'm not holding Jared McCain's injury against him.
I'm holding Paul George's against him. He's already going to miss time to start the year.
Fine, but like the roster is still like they still have players that are capable of producing on a night-to-night basis.
I'm not at a 42.5 win pace. I have them firmly at like 37 wins this year.
It's tough. They're pretty like you just have no idea what version of players we're getting.
Yeah, Tyrese Maxey's not young. He's 24.
He's 6th year in the league, so like he's not getting any younger.
No shit, none of us are.
Also, Jacob, like, didn't he have an injury last year based off of stress too?
He only did play 52 games, so yeah, I think so. He missed some time.
They're like leaning everything on him because Embiid and George don't play.
Counterpoint, maybe this is like this is our real chance to be, let's not do these injuries. Although they already started.
Yeah, they've already fucked that
one.
Jacob, what are you? Are you over under?
It's tough. I've had like 3 unders in a row. Something's got to change. But it's hard to bet on these guys, man. It's such a.
It's so easy to bet on them. You just bet against them. It's great.
You know what? Yeah, I'll go under because even if they're gonna because there's no way they can play Embiid that much. Yeah.
This team has Dominic Barlow, Marjon Beauchamp, Adam Bona, Johnny Broom, Kennedy Chandler, Andre Drummond.
I'm joking about those names. I was like, what the fuck was going on, man?
Johnny Broom was in that Auburn team. He's not that great player, but he's not, he's in the first round, I think. Marjon Beauchamp, obviously. I mean, he's so bad he couldn't even hack it on this Bucks roster. We just talked about how bad it is. Andre Drummond, VJ Edgecombe, Justin Edwards, Embiid, Paul George, Eric Gordon, Quentin Grimes, Malcolm Hill, Kyle Lowry, Maxey, McCain, and Kelly Oubre, Jabari Walker, and that's Trendon Watford, and that's it.
Tsunami Poppy's on that team. I forgot about that.
Not a great roster, but better than the Bucks.
Why do they
also Gordon? We're putting money on like Jared McCain being good, which like I think he's probably going to be pretty decent. But like we saw like a couple weeks of him last year before he got hurt. I don't know if that we can say that he's going to be that good to help this team out. He's only going to be his 2nd year. We haven't seen a lot of him.
He already broke his thumb too.
Fuck it. I'll go under. I'll go under just because I'm absolutely going over on the next team.
Yeah, I mean, like, we're all going over on the next team. I got the Celtics winning 46 games this year.
Don't spoil it. We still haven't heard Jacob.
I'm going under.
All right, we're all under at 42.5 for the Sixers. Moving on to the team that matters in the East, the Boston Celtics, 41.5. God damn it, guys, we're in the basement here.
Also,
We're in
no
the
bias to be.
baseball.
We went
We're
under on the
talking.
Sixers and Lakers. It's hilarious. No bias to be had.
I went over on.
Shit.
Oh,
I
wait,
went
no,
I went under on the fucking Knicks too, so I don't even want to hear nothing about no bias here. Every one of our rivals, I think I went under on.
Besides the
I went
Cavs.
under on the Bucks, the Knicks, the Lakers.
Celtics 41.5.
I got them at like 46 wins. I think they're gonna hit the over. I think Mazzulla's gonna have a hell of a year coaching. I think
Does Tatum come back?
A lot of people. Tatum might come back.
I think he does. I think we're over.
I mean, like I've been on record as saying I hope he doesn't come back and just takes a whole year off just to get everything right in his body. But,
Counterpoint, the roster's not that good, and we don't have a center. Not named Nimi Keita, who's not really a starting center yet, if ever.
we got Amari Williams too, so like I'm excited to see what he can do.
Anyways, I'm talking. We're going over. I think there's a lot of things that Mazzulla can do in the interim until Tatum gets back. That gets us over the 41.5. I think that's easy. We have two.
Look like Diet Dame in the load the other night.
We have 2 6-man of the year candidates according to the Vegas odds. So, I think there's talent here, and we love our guys, so we're going over 41.5.
Who's our 2 guys?
Oh, we'll get to it. Toronto Raptors 38.5.
Tell me now.
Toronto Raptors 38.5.
Under. That team is fucking weird.
Very weird.
There's nothing normal about that fucking team. Like, who is your best player on that team?
Scotty Barnes.
Yeah, like, do you know what he's going to give you on a night-to-night basis? Because I don't fucking know.
I mean, they don't have nobody. They have R.J. Barrett. They have Ingram. They have Emmanuel Quickley, Poeltl, and the aforementioned Scotty Barnes. That's like not a bad team. It's not a good team.
I mean, that just sounds like the fucking Eastern Conference Kings. Like, if we got a bunch of like pretty decent players all together, but it doesn't fucking make any sense.
Well, you got to start picking some overs here because you have no 40-win teams. I don't think you have like one, and it's the Celtics.
Oh, their depth is tough.
Yeah, it's not good.
Oh my god.
Their coach, his name's like Vlatko or whatever the fuck. He has Radjanovic. He has some sort of Russian name. I kind of like him. I can't explain why. Yeah, he's fiery.
He's fiery. He yells at the reporters after the game and yells about the refs like he's a very EuroLeague coach.
Yeah. 38.5 is the number.
Yeah.
Grady Dick. Grady Dick. We're having a big dick season, dude.
Big dick season, baby. They got big dick hours.
Big dick season coming up. Not for me.
Not when it's cold.
Steve, you're over or under?
I'm under on that team.
I am fucking. I'm under 38.5. I'm going under too. It's just a weird team. The Pacers 37.5.
I got the over on the Pacers
at 37.5. Okay, Jacob.
Yeah, me too. Honestly, I was pretty encouraged, but I was encouraged by the non-Tyrese minutes in the playoffs. To be honest, they didn't dip too much ever. Like they kind of have a system that uses Tyrese really well, and he's very good. But I don't think he's necessarily an engine. As I think like this, the system and Carlisle is the engine.
Who's their starting center? Isaiah Jackson.
Jarris Walker, maybe.
I think it's Isaiah Jackson. He was getting his lunch eaten.
Yeah, I mean, but they just need a stretch 5. The way that they play, the way that they move the ball around and run, like they need a stretch 5. Like they don't need a guy that's inside. And defensively, they're going to struggle, but they were always going to struggle anyways. That's just the way that their team was built up. But they like to get out and run, and I think that you still have Nembhard, you still have Mathurin, and you still have like your McConnells and your Pascal Siakam likes to play on the break. Like that team is still built to run their system, even if Tyrese isn't there. And I think they're going to surprise a lot of teams this year.
Yeah, what if their front court's Pascal and Obi?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. And then
small, just swarm the center. Like there's only so many centers in the league that are even post players anyways. Like,
yeah. I mean, 37 is such a low number, and the East is so weak. I could see it. So you guys are both over. I'll go under. I'll go under. I just think that they can't get overcome. Miles Turner being out the stretch 5, they don't have it. Toppin is light in the loafers, despite being a freaky athlete. They're not going to have an answer for a 7-footer who's 255 pounds of muscle. And they're, I mean, for as good of an offensive weapon Halliburton is, he's really bad at defense, and Nembhard is worse at defense. I mean, he gives 100% effort, but he's just so small, and he's way worse at offense. Not way worse, but he's worse at offense, and a lot is on Andrew Nembhard and Benedict Matherin's shoulders to carry this team and score points. And this was a team on their best day. Their best hope of beating you was to outscore you because they couldn't stop anybody. I'm going under at 37.5. I could see your point too. Yeah, I get it, but we got to argue about some of these things. The Miami Heat, who knows what the fuck's going on here, but 37.5 is the over-under, same as the Pacers.
I might just take the over just off the Spoelstra. Like, that team just never seems to lay down, and that team always seems to surprise people. I don't know how you're getting your offense on that team, but
Tyler Herro.
They got Norm Powell.
And Norm Powell, big addition.
And
another year, Kello
really
Ware.
good too. He's really good. I'm going over too.
37. They won 37 last year.
They have Wiggins too. They got some guys.
I think the team got better. Honestly, I think the team like functionally as a system got better. You have a real wing now.
You still got Jovic, Terry Rozier, Jamie Jaquez. Like they don't have compared to some of the rosters we've been looking at.
They have Jaquez designated as a guard. That's weird. He's not a guard.
David Mitchell too. I feel like he's gonna be great for that team.
It's a weird team though. They're not that. I mean, I don't think you're getting a lot out of Terry Rozier anymore. It's
which is weird. His drop off is really fucking strange.
I will say I think they're better than the Pacers. I'm gonna go over 37.5. And you guys are all what? What are you?
Over.
I'm over.
We're all over on the Heat. Okay. The Chicago Bulls, Steve's favorite player, Josh Giddey, 32.5.
I do not believe in Josh Giddey, and I do not believe in Patrick Williams. I will take the under on this team.
32.5.
Yes, I just who else is even on that team? I mean, Kobe White. I love Kobe White, but
I mean the Mateus Bazelis breakout year's coming, dude. That's YKD.
Only him.
Bazelis, baby.
Mateus, I don't know why I'm adding extra shit on his name. Matas, whatever the fuck. And then you got, I mean, Giddey's not nothing. We've had ad nauseum debates about it, and they still have Kobe White, and they still have the fucking Vucevic guy, and Patrick Williams once that contract's up.
They're gonna be so happy once that contract.
Yeah.
You know what? You might talk. You talk me into. I'll take the over on him.
Jacob,
I'm tempted. I'm looking at their depth chart right now. I'm looking it up. They got Kevin Huerter.
Yeah. They have decent young guards.
Isaac Okoro, Javon Carter, Ayo. Yeah, Zach Collins now, I guess. What the hell is up with this fucking team? I don't know.
It's not a great team, but there's not no talent.
Though. It's weird. It's a bunch of names but it's none of these guys are great.
Yeah,
they're not going to. I don't think they're going to beat the Heat, but I don't think they're going to lose less than 30 fucking games or 32. I have a hard time. Steve, you're what, over?
Yeah, I think you guys talked me into the over on this team.
And Jacob, you're what?
Under.
And I'm over. I think I got to go over 32.5. I believe in Giddey. I don't believe him, and I believe victims. So off the court, but I believe in him as a basketball player. Anyhow, the Charlotte Hornets, 25.5. Oof. Yikes.
That is the most purgatory number of all time.
There is a precipitous drop off in talent here for the last three teams in the East. I mean, LaMelo Ball. How high are you on him?
mean, I'm high on the mellow ball. But the rest of the team,
Brandon Miller, year 3.
The rookie they got's good.
Who'd they get?
Concanapo.
People, Bill Simmons is so high on him.
Well, it's because the kid fucking read his book or something like that.
Yeah, I'm going on.
No Grant Williams.
Do I have any lowers left?
I don't fucking know at this point. You screwed yourself.
Well, you could just convince yourself one of your overs is way over, you know?
You don't think of a tandem of LaMelo Ball and Brandon Miller and whoever the fuck you just mentioned, Concanapo, is guaranteed you 25, 26 wins?
I don't.
Well,
LaMelo can win you 20 games alone.
But
he's going to play
also
20.
Too.
Yeah.
He just, like, that's
you can't have your cake and eat it.
I'm going to take the under on them, too. I think they really just need to just tank. Like, they've been, like, winning 25 games a year for the last, like, 5 years, and they haven't.
The real answer is that you got to get rid of LaMelo.
Yeah.
And
he
then
played
commit to the
47
tank.
last year. Has he ever played over 50 games? He played 47 last year.
He played 75 and 21, 22, and then he start 51 games, 75 games, 36, 22, and 47. It's been really bad. But when he plays, he's good. It was just, those balls, they're always broken. My balls are always broken.
Cody's
I'll go under. Just because I'm taking the over on the next team. The Washington Wizards 20.5.
Yeah, I'm taking the over on that one too. All the unks over there, I think they're gonna gut out some wins.
People are really low. I mean, their highest end talent is Alexander Sarr, and that's about it. But there's rookies. Steve, you're over. Jacob, what are you?
I'm over. They got CJ McCollum and Chris Middleton. It's not nothing. Cam Whitmore too.
And yeah, I'm gonna go over.
That's just a low number.
So low. But I tell you what, I'm not taking the over on the next team. The fucking Brooklyn Nets, 20.5.
Oh my
under.
God. He needs to get an icy hot fucking endorsement now because he's going to get the shit kicked out of him by every fucking center across the league. Like, being the biggest guy on your team, being like 6'9", like 240 is not great. Like,
they have 9 guards, dude. Legit, I counted them. 9 guards.
That's what I mean. Like, he's gonna have to play center every fucking night.
It's ugly. I'm going under. I don't know what they're. That's a team that is like. There's no direction. There's nothing. There's no hope.
They better tank for DeBan. So you need a fucking wing on that team, like a motherfucker.
Yeah. So I'm going under. Jacob, you're what?
Under.
Steve, you're under. Okay. All right, that's the over-unders. I'll clip those out and try and get them on the TikToks in digestible format because that took an hour and a half. But moving on, the NBA awards predictions. I want to give us the league prediction, who we think could win this award on the Celtics, if that was what the scope was minimized to. Starting, MVP award, Jokic is the favorite at plus 220. SGA, last year's winners, plus 275. Luka, plus 380. Giannis, plus 1,100, Victor Wembanyama plus 1,500, notables Ant plus 2,000, KD plus 4,500, Cade plus 5,000, and our guy Jaylen Brown plus 10,000. What do you got? Who's winning the MVP award?
I think me and Jacob are on the same page on this one.
Well, don't leave us waiting.
I think it's Jokic this year. I really don't think it's anybody else. Like,
they're gonna give it to him.
I think he's gonna have a lot of wins this year because of how good they are. And his life's gonna be so much easier with the team that's built around him. He's gonna have some crazy efficient numbers.
Can you make the Wembanyama case?
Definitely,
you can, but I think that.
Also, we're just casually overlooking Giannis.
I just don't think they're gonna win enough games.
Yeah,
I mean,
I went fair, but
I mean, a 500 team. Like, when was the last time a 500 team had an MVP winner on it?
That's a fair point, but things would have to go really right in Milwaukee for him to. He just has to play how he's playing, obviously better because the team's worse, but he just has to keep those numbers. And if the team comes out and wins games, I think he has a decent chance. I'm not betting against Jokic either. I think I'd pick Jokic as the MVP. He, probably should have won it, a few times in the past 5 years that he didn't win it. And this is the best team he's been on. If he wins this and like things go really well to win the title, now we're talking a top 10 player all time. And if he does it again, which he might, now we're talking like you can't talk about the sport without him. Because
this generation, that's for sure.
Bill Simmons broke down like the NBA, and he likes to break it in generations and eras talk. And he's just like, pick a player who dominated. Jokic has that mantle, but he just has to have the success on the court to match it now.
But to be fair, like in the last 8 years, we have 8 different champions. So
I know.
In the last decade, nobody's dominated the last decade the way he has, because he has all the hardware for himself along with the title. So that would
but now there's not really an excuse for him to not compete at a high level.
Oh no, he always competes at a high level, but
it's not going to be held against him because this is a regular season award. But if they're in like a top 2 seed contention, he'll win the MVP, and most likely probably be the favorites to win the whole thing just because they're so battle tested as a unit. Everybody batting an eye at SGA though. Nobody likes him.
I just don't think it's replicable what he did last year for him.
Really?
I mean, he was getting 32 a game last year. Like I don't know if he's getting 32 a game back-to-back years on that efficiency.
What's changed besides nothing?
I just think that was just like a crazy year. Like we've seen guys have those years where it's like, what the fuck, and then they just, not that they don't play to that level, but they don't hit that ceiling. All right. Also, like I said earlier, I think that there's going to be a lot of games he's going to be taken off. There's going to be a lot of nights where, like, if the Thunder don't have it, they're going to pull the plug early on it. Like, it's not going to be running, trying to get shit done at the end of the games,
So we're all in on Jokic. I think, Wembenyama, he's just not going to have the stats to match quite yet, I don't think. And as we said, health is the main issue with him. So, but Jaylen Brown, I just want to make the case casually. If he propels this team to like 58 wins and he's averaging 36 and 7.
I mean, he
sounds like an
MVP. That for us to get.
I mean, let's be real. He can do that. He can do that.
I don't know if he can do that.
Why?
He can get to 30. I don't know if he can get to 30 with 6 assists and 7 boards. Like he's never been that high end of a rebounder, and his playmaking's never been that high.
Well, he's never been in a position where he hasn't had to share the ball with Tatum.
Yes, that's true too. But if you want us to get to 58 wins, he's going to need to be putting up like 35, 8, and 8. Like, because
I mean, he averaged
55.5 is their line, right? Like,
huh?
You were talking about the Celtics getting to 58 wins. Like, I think that he's going to have to be putting up like 35, 8, and 8 to drag this team to 58 wins. And if he does that, then he's a lock for MVP. But I just don't see that happening.
Well, I mean, I don't know. The East is so bad. Like, if everybody plays right, 50 wins is not out of the conversation. They're at 41.5 currently. But also, he averaged 22 points last year on 6 boards and 5 assists. So,
last year? Wow, I didn't realize he was getting that many rebounds. Okay.
Yeah, so like I don't think it's out of the realm possibility. The scoring is that's the easiest thing. I think what you're saying is probably the issue of contention. Either way, it's plus 10,000 odds. If you want to fucking hit a lottery ticket, that's your bet.
I can. Now you put it with those numbers right there, I can see him being like 27.5, 6, and 7.
Maybe.
He's also battling. Dude, he's battling efficient gods. Do you think he has the efficient? You think he's the efficiency of SGA or Jokic next year though?
A lot would have to break right, and by that I mean some of those players would have to break down physically. I think, and that's not a safe bet for.
I mean, your top 5 in the MVP are like some of the most efficient players that you've ever seen.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
I like how we all just don't talk about Luka because we're not that high in the Lakers. There's no way they're the second seed in the West.
I think Luka could put up the numbers to be an MVP candidate, but you're going to get the LeBron tax where it's like you play with LeBron, so you're not eligible for an MVP.
That's ridiculous. That's stupid.
No,
well, it's not voted on by the fans. It's voted on by people who cover the league.
I know that, but I'm just saying, like people, it's always a story. You know, we talk about these awards. It's always just based off a narrative, and the narrative is going to be your life was easy. You played with LeBron, so that's why your numbers were so good.
Either way, we're going Jokic on the MVP. Rookie of the year, Cooper Flag is the heavy favorite at -180, as he should be. Then you got VJ Edgecombe at +1,000, Trey Johnson at +1,000, Ace Bailey at +1,000, Dylan Harper at +1,100, and then you got Hanson Yang, Derek Queen, all at +5,000. But our guy Hugo Gonzalez is +25,000.
All that lottery tickets.
That's a lotto ticket. But hey, I mean, make the case.
He's a dog.
He is a dog.
There's
going to be opportunity.
I don't know.
I mean, basically, Cooper Flag has to like DNP for 60 games to not win this award.
Yeah, it's Cooper's award to lose.
We're all over on the Mavs. Yeah, I went over on the Mavs. I literally have to have him win to have that happen. So,
yeah, I think it's a no-brainer. And I don't think any of the other. There's like a precipitous drop off. I don't think Edgecombe has a chance. Basically, most improved player. Sorry, what?
I was gonna say it's a really good draft class in general, but yeah, it's more of like it's like Cooper superstar potential and then a bunch of ready pros. So it's just different. Yeah.
It's
look at the names right there. Like that's crazy. Like look at that rookie of the year, just who's available for it. Like those are a bunch of really good players.
I mean, last year's class was such a bummer. I think that this class is just like finally we've returned to a normal draft where there's like a superstar and a bunch of like ready-made pros. Most improved player. This one is interesting because I had to look up like what is the eligibility requirements. It's not about injury comebacks, basically. At least a 5-point increase in points per game, along with better rebounding and assists. Eligibility requires players to have participated in at least 65 regular season games. And the award is given to a player who has shown dramatic development within a single season rather than a comeback story. Voters also consider a player's impact on team success, leadership, and efficiency. Your number one favorite to win the award is Amen Thompson. Then you got Andrew Nembhard at +1,200, Benny Mathurin at +1,500, Denny Avdia at +1,700, Shaden Sharp +1,800, and then a bunch of guys at +200, +2,000. Our guy Peyton Pritchard at +2,800. Dyson DeYoung just won it last year, so he's not going to win it this year. What do you got?
I think I got Benedict Mathurin.
Make the case.
I think that Nembhard's going to be the guy that's doing more of the setup for that team. I think Mathurin's going to be doing a lot more of the finishing of the plays. And, I mean, the other night in preseason, he had 31 points on, like, 11 shots or something stupid like that. Like, he's going to have – I think he's going to have one of those breakout years where he's going to have a lot more opportunities. And I just think that his game is going to lean more into the most improved player with how much his stats are going to go up. I think that Nembhard's going to be right there with him, but I think that his stats aren't going to be raising as high as Mathurin's is going to be.
Interesting. Jacob, make your case. Who you want?
This is probably the most interesting, most improved race in a bit. I feel like
Absolutely.
it's like all players that are like so needed at the moment, like for different reasons. There's a couple that aren't exactly. I mean, I like Denny's not as interesting, but like the other people are like.
Weirdly enough, I think he was like my top 3 to win the award.
I don't know. I feel like the other teams at least more so. I mean, is like the team has changed so much, and it's like this guy's filling a gap. The Denny one's more of like, can you just grow in the similar situation going on, which he could. I was surprised there was no Derek White in the odds, because I mean he could jump from 26 to 22 points. No, from 16. He had 16 last year. Like if he's 22, 23 a game, and he's the number 2 option. Like Derek White going to number 2 option on a playoff team should get consideration for most improved player, I think. Because that's literally no one ever thought that would happen in his career. But yeah, I honestly think him and Peyton should be in. Like Peyton scored basically. Didn't they have the same line last year basically?
I think so, yeah.
So it's like, why do they have Peyton over Derek then?
Well, I mean, the obvious answer is that he's going to be point guard number 1 on a team that has no one B superstar. Like, it can't, Derek White is not moving his position or is taking an increased minutes production, like a minutes load. I don't think. Maybe he probably will, but definitely not as much as Peyton will be. I don't think. I'm just making the case for why the odds are that way because I could definitely see your case. And yeah, I love Derek White.
He's more like proven at least. I don't know. It's just like because no Drew, no Tatum for playmaking is almost him adding at minutes on its own. But I just was surprised no Derek at all. Like because he's someone that we're going to need so much next year.
To be fair, I cut it off at a certain
gotcha.
amount. But who's your pick? Did you make a pick? It can be somebody. It can be somebody not on the list.
Yeah, I'll go Derek White then.
Okay, Derek White, your most improved player. I can see your case for sure. I can also see Steve's. If the Pacers are going to be anywhere near that win total, they're definitely going to be in one of those players is going to be in the top 5, I imagine. Meaning Nembhard and Mathurin. But my choice is Jalen Johnson. I mean, he's going to be the wing scorer on a team that I think is going to take a huge leap forward. The team success, I think, is going to be there. Jalen Johnson, I think he possesses the capabilities to be, the best player on this list, besides maybe Amen Thompson. Just in terms of his physical makeup, his ability on both sides of the ball. He's young, and he's just coming off of an injury. So I think that if he comes back and he takes an elevated role on a team that's taken a huge leap forward in the Eastern Conference, I think that plus 4,000 is maybe some of the best value betting you can make. That or Peyton Pritchard. I think Pritchard could do it too. 6th man of the year, stepping into a full-time role. It's just basically going to be, can the Celtics exceed their win total by a decent amount? And I don't know if that's necessarily going to fall on. It's not going to be Pritchard's fault if that's not the case, I don't think. I don't know.
Yeah, the Jalen Johnson one's confusing because I agree to all of that. I just wonder how they consider his stats last year. When they do the stats breakdown, will they be like he scored 20 and 10? Because he won't be like if he does that for a whole year, that'd be amazing and kind of deserves it. But he just has a weird situation where he was averaging really high numbers and then got injured. So I wonder how
the more I talk about it, the more like the 5-point increase in points per game, like how tenable is
crazy
that on
numbers.
That team? Yeah.
But like you're saying, if he does that the whole season, he deserves the award. But it's just not
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say the usual equation kind of hurts him.
I'm looking at it now. He averaged 19 points a game, 10 boards, and 5 assists. Like if those boards and assists stay there, and he increases that to 24 points a game. Yeah, I think the team is going to be.
A
good
24, 10, and 5 guy is.
That's MVP race.
That's insane. Yeah.
That's definitely a most improved player right there. Like that's he's starting to look at.
He's an All NBA guy.
Yeah. He got hurt by being too good too fast because it's like he showed this flash already and that's his average last year. But he might be hurt by the fact that his averages are so good in that short window.
Yeah, the more I talk about it, the more I'm talking myself into it. I think it's Jalen Johnson.
I hope he's healthy. He was really fun. He was a fun player too. Not even just good. He yams it.
So, Steve, your most improved player is Benny Mathurin.
Yeah.
Jacob, yours is Derek White, and mine is Jalen Johnson. Depoy. Wemby is your heavy favorite, minus 175. Chet Holmgren is plus 650. Evan Mobley, last year's winner, is plus 900, which is weird to me. I just don't think Holmgren should be ranked ahead of him. And Amen Thompson, plus 1,400. Dyson Daniels, plus 2,200. And then, yeah, that's about it. You have Anthony Davis, Lou Dort, Jaren Jackson, Bam, and Jalen Suggs. For me, before I say I will pick Wemby, because I think we're all heavy on a big Wemby breakout year. And he's probably the most impactful player on the court for any team, defensively at least. Mobley, disrespect at plus 900 is a little bit crazy because he's like kind of just getting overlooked. Was the best defender in the league last year on a number 1 seed or 2 seed, 1 seed. And I don't think they're going to take a step back, and I don't think he's going to take a step back. But the one thing that's interesting to me is, can we, if everything goes poorly for everybody else mentioned, God forbid, Like Dyson Daniels is like sneaky value at plus 2,200. Guard defense, he was the best defensive player for guards since Gary Payton last year. I think he has like a solid shot on a team that's, like I said, it's all about team improvement too. The team that's going to take a step forward. So if not for Wemby, then I sneaky like Mobley or Dyson Daniels. Having said that, what about you guys?
I think if you want to fade Wemby because you're scared of the injury history, or like we talked about, it's not really an injury history, but if you are worried about him playing enough games to be eligible, I think that you got good money on Bam Adebayo. I think that the Heat are going to surprise a lot of people with their win totals this year, and I think Bam is really going to I think they're going to have a top 10 defense in the league, and I think it's going to be based off of Bam. Because if you're going to look at the rest of that roster, there's not a lot of hope. Like Khalil Ware, I guess, is a good defender, but
I was going to say, is he even the best defensive center on his team?
I think he is. I think he still is. Until Khalil Ware plays like a couple more seasons of doing this, like I think that if you had a chance, like, hey, say Tatum was healthy and you're going to run a play against Khalil Ware or Bam Adebayo, I think they're probably going to pick Khalil Ware most of the time. So that's a lot of the ways I look at it. But I think that's good money at plus 4,000 if you really were scared about Wemby not finishing out the season or Chet not finishing out the season. I think that Mobley gets the plus 900 because he was last year's winner, and repeating at this is like damn near impossible.
I mean, he should win it. If injuries are a concern, and they do happen for the first two, he should win it because he's the best defensive player in the league at that point.
Why isn't well, maybe I don't know if you just didn't put this guy in there or if his numbers just weren't that high. Like, where's Rudy Gobert?
He was like somewhere around the plus 5,000 mark.
Really? He was that low?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he's not.
Like, I mean, we look at him and say, hey, that's food on the perimeter, but I mean, he's won this so many times that you would think that he would at least get the name recognition to be up around the plus 3,000 Anthony Davis numbers, you know?
Yeah. A lot of these guys I'm looking at, I'm like, I don't even know if they're the best defensive player on their team. Like Chet. I mean, Lou Dort's also on the list. Mm-hmm. But like, what about oh my fucking God. Guy who looks like me.
Oh.
Alex Caruso.
Alex Caruso, SGA. I know he was on the list somewhere in the middle here, but I just didn't include him because I don't think he'd ever. He's already being considered for the MVP. He's above a D-boy. I don't know. I come from the school of Marcus Smart, and I really like Dyson Daniels at plus 2,200. But either way, I'm going Wemby.
Yeah,
that's wild that Dyson Daniels didn't win it last year. I mean, he averaged was it 3 steals a game?
3, yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
Right over 3, which is crazy for nowadays.
Yeah. Jacob, what's your pick?
It's Wemby. Yeah, it's Wemby, yeah.
Yeah, we're all at Wemby, like, overall. But, I mean, I had to make the case for Bam if you wanted good money on it and you're worried about the health of the first couple guys.
Amen Thompson just getting overlooked in all of these, interestingly enough. He's been in the top 5 for a few of these votes.
Do you think it's because of the team he's on? Do you think that, like, that team's already just so defensively
no,
that like he wouldn't get the credit he deserves for being a great defender on that team?
No, because how you make any argument for the Thunder, any player on the Thunder, you know?
Yeah,
like we just went through the list of Thunder, like their 1 through 6 are elite defensive players. So,
I mean, you just got to think of Emin. Emin is like tasked with being the point guard playmaker of the team. He's not going to have as much energy for defense. I guess it might be there.
And I was going to say, unless Reed Shepherd, who is also sneaky on the most improved player list, like you could make a case for him. But if he's any semblance of like a top 15 point guard, that's like his case for MIP because they're going to need a guy like that. What?
Nothing. I'm just looking at what we got left over here.
Yeah, we got a lot. 6th man of the year. 6th man of the year.
Oh, I got coach of the year first.
Oh, I'm sorry, coach of the year. This one, like, who knows? What the fuck,
I got Joe.
Kenny Atkinson, last year's winners, plus 2,500. Jamal Mosley, plus 550 is your favorite. Ime is your second favorite. Dave Adelman, Quinn Snyder, Mitch Johnson, and then you got a slew of other guys like Daganalt, Missoula, Mike Brown. Who do you got, Steve?
I got Joe. I got Joe Missoula on this one. I think that they're going to surprise a lot of people, win a lot more games than they think.
Jacob?
Yeah, I'll go Joe. Joe or Mitchell. I meant Mitch Johnson.
I'm going either Mike Brown or Mitch Johnson. I think I'm going to go Mitch Johnson. But I think Mike Brown is a sneaky good value bet.
I don't hate Jamal Mosley though.
Me neither. Apparently, you have him winning like close to 60 games. So
yeah, they're going to be really good. It's I don't know. It's tough. I'm going to ride with Joe though, because I think Joe doesn't get the credit he deserves as being such a good coach. So
I mean, it's a fairly open field. Wouldn't be shocked by any of these names, but 6th Man of the Year award. A player must come off the bench in more games than they start. Must play at least 65 regular season games. And they must play at least 20 minutes a game. DeAndre Hunter is your favorite at plus 850. Naz Reid at plus 1,000. Anthony Simons at plus 1,400. Ty Jerome at plus 1,400. Josh Hart plus 16. Jordan Clarkson plus 18. Jared McCain, Tari Eason, Reed Shepard, and our guy Peyton Pritchard, last year's winner, at plus 2,500. Who do you got? And make the case.
I think it's a Knicks guy.
What do you got?
I think it's Clarkson. I think with Broggy going out and with the mission they should have with Brunson taking less of a load where he can, I think they're going to use a lot more bench scoring. I think that's why they were trying to load up with Broggy and Clarkson. And now Clarkson's just going to get way more. But and Mike Brown, new coach, offensive coach, and I think he's coached Clarkson on the Kings when Clarkson was pretty good. That was a decent year from Clarkson, I think. So I think it's Clarkson.
Steve?
I got Anthony Simons.
Make the case.
I think he fits into the system so well. I mean, it's a lot of drive and kick. He's a great slasher. He's a great shooter. I think that him coming off the bench and not being the focal point of an offense is going to free him up for a lot of like open looks and a lot of more efficient scoring. Only thing I'm worried about is
coming off the bench more games than you start.
Yeah, because I mean, I know Pritchard's going to start the season. I think
that's why it's crazy to have him. They have him on here.
Yeah, I think that's just taking people's money that aren't paying that much attention. I think that's just like, oh, this guy won it last year. He's probably going to win it again, and they just throw the money on it, not realizing he's not going to be starting or not going to be coming off the bench. So I think that Simon's just going to fit so well on this team, and I don't see anybody else putting up the numbers that he's going to put up this year. I don't think.
And I'm with you, Steve. I got Anthony Simons. I just think that in terms of coming off the bench, there's not a better offensive option on here in all facets of the game. So,
hey, I'll be happy.
Besides maybe like Ty Jerome. Either way, I like how Simons fits in with our team, and I think, like you said, Missoula's going to go nuts with the threes.
The Ty Jerome one's kind of confused me though, because I assumed he'd start a lot at shooting guard.
Maybe that's another. Yeah, it's another thing. Like, are half of these players going to come off the bench more than they start? I don't know. Like, should Naz Reid not be starting over Rudy Gobert at this point, or like starting with him? I don't know. Either way, me and Steve are on the same page with Anthony Simons. Jacob, you have either Hart or Clarkson. So
I think Clarkson.
They're right around the same odds, all of them. So it's not a bad pick. Clutch player of the year, that is defined as the best player that comes through for his teammates in the clutch. Basically, it's who makes the most winning plays in all aspects of the game in the last 5 minutes. Jalen Brunson, last year's winner in the proverbial favorite, is plus 1,000. Ant Edwards plus 1,000. Jokic plus 1,100. Doncic plus 1,200. Steph plus 1,700. KD, SGA, Trae Young, and Jaylen Brown at 4,500. Steve, you already said KD. I don't think we have to make the case. I think you already made it. Going to be tight defensively, and then it's going to really come down to who's scoring at the end.
I really like the Jaylen Brown plus 4,500 though.
I do too. Yeah,
that's really intriguing. Like this always going to be another team that's going to be really close at end of a lot of games. So
that's why I don't think Jalen Brunson's even in. He shouldn't be the favorite. The Knicks are not going to be in that many close games where he has to play.
I was thinking Luka because of the reason that you said for KD too. I think that they're going to be relying on Luka in the clutch so much.
And they will be in – the West is a different animal. Every game's do or die. So you're going Luka.
Yeah. Basically same idea as Steve. Yeah.
Steve, you're going KD. Shit, this is hard. I really want to lay Jaylen Brown, but that's
Jaylen Brown.
It's not that crazy of an odds difference. It's plus 1,000. There's not like it's a wide open field. I'll go.
I mean, you're getting an extra plus 2,800 over KD to bet Jaylen Brown. So
I'll go Ant Edwards. Just because I think one, Jalen Brunson's not going to play a lot in do-or-die games. Neither will Jokic, I don't imagine. Doncic would be my second choice. Then Jaylen Brown would be my other choice. And I'm going Ant Edwards because we picked the under for them, and the West is going to be a fucking rock fight night to night if you're not that talented. And that's what they are.
Yeah, do they even care about assists in the clutch? Is it just points? Because
they do. It's assists. It's all of it. It's like assists, rebounds, efficiency.
That's better. I was like, yeah, because Jokic probably would lose a lot in that because he doesn't. Because sometimes he lobs it to Aaron Gordon in those moments.
Well, I mean that's why he's the third overall favorite. Like,
yeah,
he was the most clutch player at the end. Didn't he have a crazy amount of end of game winning shots last year or something?
Yeah, it was a week where he had 2 or 3 of them or something like that.
Ridiculous. So that's the NBA superlatives. That took 2 hours, but let's breeze through these other things. NFL Week 6. How about them Pats dominate the Saints 25-16, I think, or 19, one of them. Closer on paper than it was if the refs didn't have huge money on the Saints. Calling back Drake May 40-yard touchdown passes. Yeah, guys. How about them Pats?
Honestly, I didn't even watch. I was playing fucking games on my phone. But
I mean, Drake May is just so electric down the field. He's the best quarterback statistically downfield throwing, and it's resulting in winning plays. He's just making the good plays, and our team is not bad.
He's 75% completion percentage on anything over 20 yards or something like that.
He's leading the league in completion over 20 yards.
That's fucking crazy. We haven't seen a long ball thrower like that. I mean, I wouldn't even put Brady in a long ball thrower. He didn't do it that much. He was just too smart.
2008 Brady.
Yeah. What was that, Moss?
Yeah, Moss. Yeah.
That'll do it. Yeah.
That was the cheat code play. It was just Randy runs straight, and I'm just going to drop it out the back end. 50 touchdowns later.
You see that crazy stat? Age 23 or younger, most consecutive games with 200 yards and 100-plus rating. The only other two people with more are Dan Marino and Pat Mahomes.
He's already on crazy lists with these guys. He's establishing himself as the best quarterback of that draft, and maybe, at least under a certain age bracket in the league. He's top 3 25 and under quarterback, maybe number 1. Either way, the Patriots are in first place in the AFC since 2021. Shout out to Snack Jones, who's cooking in San Fran. Weirdly enough, but yeah. We have Rabel's
second year or third?
Say it again.
Is this Drake May's second year or third year?
It's his second.
Yeah, second.
Oh, yeah. So he's really starting to understand the game, and it's slowing down for him. This is scary for the league. I think
he's just making great reads.
It's slowing down. It's slowing down because of Will Campbell too.
That's true. The offensive line has just played it very well, kept them upright. And even when the pocket breaks down, he's so fucking agile. He can just roll out. He's one of the most top 5 efficient quarterbacks in play action passes in the league. The only person beating him is Jared Goff, who's that's all they run.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good stuff in New England. Vrabel returns to the Titans this week. I think that's a dub. Easy. Fantasy. I beat Jimmy. Shout out to Jimmy. I'm now 3-3 with 56% chance to make it to the playoffs. Steve loses to my boy Chris, 2-4. You moved to 2-4 on the year. Your
fucking Bundy.
your playoff chances are down the tubes, dude. You're at 22%. But
that's not nothing though.
Somebody who got 36 fucking points, dude. What the fuck am I supposed to
do? Sometimes it's just not your week, and it hasn't been your week every week except for twice.
So, 146 points this week, dude. What am I supposed to do?
You weren't probably beating him ever this week, no matter what. But Jacob, you probably took the hardest L just because you're number 1. You moved to 3-3 on the year. you're also favored at 56, 55% to make the playoffs like me. Your team is like markedly performed better than mine in terms of points scored. You just got unlucky by the teams you played. But the issue and the reason why he really lost this week was Puka went down and probably won't return until week 9. Taking an L like that on your number one player,
Pretty
tough.
crazy. Yeah.
And like he missed the game basically last week. He's not going to play this week. They have a bye the next week, and then like you said, week 9 is like when you're looking for his return. So
Dude, the guy, whoever, I forget who I played with, they got freaking 70 combined from Scatterbo and Mahomes. So I was already done.
That's Andrew. Shout out to Andrew.
Yeah, Andrew. Yeah, I was done. I was like, holy crap. Okay, that's
yeah,
over.
Skeetaboo. I mean, listen, who knows? Somebody's going to break from the pack. Maybe Steve rallies the ships. I don't think so though. Well, that's it for football. Let's move on to the movie review. Casino Royale. Steve, your pick, 2006. James Bond, a spy thriller film. The third screen adaptation of Ian Fleming's 1953 novel of the same name, Casino Royale. Stars Daniel Craig as the fictional MI6 agent, James Bond. Steve, this is your baby.
I don't think I've ever watched that movie like start to finish. That movie did an unbelievable job of building tension without like even dialogue sometimes. Like sometimes you're just watching it and the tension's building without even having to say anything, and it was
a lot of it's at a poker table.
Yeah, I wish I understood poker more.
I mean, it's like I was listening to Bill Simmons did a breakdown of it. The poker is like basically the greatest hits, of like a royal flush or a straight flush beats a 4 of king, or it's like poker is not how that's played. Poker isn't played that way, really. I mean,
I understand that part. Like they were getting like the best hands you can get. Like, everybody got a full house every other fucking hand. It was like, but like some of like the things that they were saying, like oh, big blind is 200,000. Like I don't know what any of this fucking means.
That's basic poker basics, but
like I don't ever play poker, so I don't really know. But I thought it was good that they used the cop to kind of explain what was going on. Hey, how much money's in the pot and all this, that, and the third. They did a great job. It was a very facial forward movie, like if that makes sense. Like there's a lot of shots of just somebody's face, just talking. Like it's not like there's not a grand thing going on. Like it's really dialogue heavy. It's like having a staring contest with fucking people for 2 hours. It was nobody ever fucking blinked in the whole fucking movie.
You know who started the facial movement is Peter North.
Yeah.
Facial forward movie, baby, Peter North.
I really enjoyed it though. I mean, it wasn't the most action-packed movie, but it was very enjoyable though. There's a lot of dead space, but it was still like the dialogue and everything carried the movie through.
Yeah, Jacob.
No, I definitely liked it. It's nice. I forget. I think I watched like Die Another Day. I've watched Bond movies in the past, but I didn't really watch many of the Daniel Craig ones. And like I said, I barely watched this one. It's definitely nice to like have like a less invincible feeling. Bond, that's for sure. Like he gets his ass kicked a lot, even at like the end, and freaking is lucky if anything. But like,
he's gonna die.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it was nice to see like you weren't too confident every fight, and definitely like Steve's saying, it actually allowed tension in like a franchise that I feel like in other movies was more of like a superhero without powers, where he just was so clever and brilliant, he'd get away from everything. But honestly, you didn't know exactly what was going to go on because you'd seen him already kind of get beaten down and such. He can take L's.
Yeah, I mean that's what Bond movies are. Like it's a superhero movie with a guy with no powers. Like. Yeah. And that's what they've been. But this one was like everything you said. It's like he gets bailed out. The whole first half of the movie, Judi Dench is telling him how bad of a job he's doing and how he's fucking everything up. And he's like so raw and emotional. And like he's this flawed character. And he's real. He has like a real gravitas to him that James Bond never had in terms of feeling like this guy could be a real person. He brings such a rawness to the role that has never been seen. Like, before that, other than that, it's like Sean Connery smoking a butt and having a whiskey in a fucking tuxedo and like shooting motherfuckers up. This one is like he will not only beat your ass, but he will get his ass kicked too. The acting is superb. Daniel Craig, I mean, he has to have the biggest, I don't know what this thing is called, but he has to have the biggest fucking phylum thing of all time. It's him walking around like this, like
it's very
for
pronounced.
10 minutes, for fucking 2 hours. He has the biggest, I think it's called like a phylum or whatever, phylum,
I don't even know.
phylum, but he has the biggest version of that. Pretty seminal movie in our childhoods. I mean, 2006, Steve and I were 11, and this was sort of like the first. This and the Bourne series really brought like a real life grittiness and kind of re-jolted the action genre a bit, the action franchise genre, and like I feel like walking around like elementary school, people were like, "Did you see Casino Royale? Movie's so good!" Like that movie swept through our generation. Like you have to see it. And obviously back then we couldn't appreciate it for what it was, but it is like beautifully shot. Some of the best action scenes I've ever seen in the parkour scene is just, I mean, besides the wig choice for Daniel Craig's stunt double, superb. Like,
I mean, one thing about it that I really liked too was like they established it early that he's not perfect. Like in the parkour scene, like he's trying to make the jumps, but he can't make some of the jumps, and like he's falling and he's tripping and he doesn't get the guy out of there before they catch him. Like,
yeah.
So I thought it was really good to establish that early. Like, hey, this isn't like other spy movies, or they even established it even earlier when he killed the guy in the bathroom. Like, it's not perfect. Like, it's not, oh, I just walk up and I got the suitcase gun and I just click the thing and kill the guy. Like, I really like that. One thing I wasn't sure I liked too much about it was the ending. I thought the whole Venice part, I thought they could have moved that to the beginning of another movie.
Well,
start another movie instead of, because it felt like, oh, the whole action of it's over. He's safe. They got away from the fucking Mads Mikkelsen's character, and now all of a sudden I got 20 minutes of them like in love, but then all of a sudden it ends.
It reveals the double cross, though.
Then Judi Dench's character, was it M?
Yeah, she's
she explains that like, oh, she bought you out of that ship with Mads Mikkelsen. Like she spent that money to get you out. She wasn't trying to double cross you. She was trying to save you.
Well, right, but it ended up being the double cross. Well, she dies because of the double cross. She gave it to the other bad guys who ended up saving James Bond. It didn't go to where it needed to go, which was back to MI6.
Well, she was giving it to the bad guys to save James Bond. That's why the guy, Mr. White, came in and killed Mads Mikkelsen. Yeah,
and that's
save him. Yeah,
that's the thing with franchise movies is that, yeah, like Steve, you're right. That did feel a little bit tacked on and long. And if I do have any complaints about the film, is that there's it does drag in some spots. And it's not necessarily like, it's not fucking, Citizen Kane. What's going on here? You don't need the dialogue heavy that much. Having said that, though, this was basically setting the grounds for what will be, in my opinion, the best James Bond film, which is Skyfall, which has real emotional gravitas and ties and explores Bond as the person, and like his emotional drama and his scars of how he got there. And obviously, this is the huge one. He loved Vesper Lind, and that's why they make 4 more films after that. Like, it's because the one thing that would have got him out died. And like I said, they don't explain that in the next film, which is fucking Quantum of Solace, which stinks, but they explore it more in Skyfall, and it does pay off, in my opinion, there. But
where they shot it was absolutely so gorgeous too. I mean, the casino was beautiful. Them going through Venice at the end was unbelievable. Like when he was in the hospital, like out on the yard, I guess you would call it, overlooking the ocean. Like that was absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
And shout out to him for just getting absolutely tortured to shit and laughing at the guy, telling him, "Hey, you scratched my balls." Like,
you died scratching my balls. Great line.
A week later, he's like getting back after it with fucking Vesper. Like, dude, like there's
your
no
balls,
go,
dude. Your balls are the size of your head. Like they still need like blood draining. Like, who know? You may never be able to go again. Like, you might become impotent, which would really kill James Bond because that's like half his bag. Is that he's a coxman to the highest degree. But I mean, I guess you can't hold the player down.
Did you hear about the recruitment process for Daniel Craig? How like they
What?
like asked him to be Bond, and he was like, "Hell no, Bond is an unserious franchise." And they're like, "Please read the script, please just read it." And then he was like, "Oh, it's different." So like he's the perfect guy for this because he rejected it, thinking it was gonna be like the old version, where it's like not they don't need an impressive acting performance as much. He like wanted this when he learned that it was more of a dark, real look at him.
Yeah, and that's kind of what the same thing with like the Dark Knight. You sort of get these darker takes on like these fantastical franchise superhero films. You get the darker take, the real gritty take, and you get some of the best cinema ever made, in both of them.
Like Logan
Interestingly,
too.
Logan, yep. Stuff where you feel like the real emotional attachment to these characters, and there's a payoff emotionally.
Yeah, I was emotional when she drowned and he couldn't save her.
I mean, I wasn't too emotional. I kind of, whatevs. I've seen, but then again, I have like the fucking four plus movies that came after it that of history that I know happened.
Yeah,
so
I don't have any of that. I haven't seen any of these movies. So,
but that's the thing, James Bond. You can't keep a player down. Like he's never been tied down to one person, never, and that's like kind of his character. Interestingly enough, I did hear that one of the guys, because I want to talk about who's the best, who should be James Bond next. This was between Daniel Craig and oh Jesus, what's his name? Oh my God, hold on, I have it here. Henry Cavill, but Henry Cavill was like 27 at the time, so they were he was too young to do it. Also, he's huge, like he's literally Superman. So I feel like they kind of went a separate way. But he is also speculated to be, he's always been heavily talked about. British, tall, handsome, looks great in a suit. He sort of played this character in other roles. The Man from U.N.C.L.E., the film that came out with Dua Lipa that came out a few years ago. He's done this like sort of James Bond-esque role well. Anyhow, what did you rate this movie out of 5 stars?
I give like a 3.5. I think
3.9.
Yeah, I'll go 3.5 to like I'm really stuck between 3.5 and 4. I think if it didn't drag so long, I'd give it a 4. But like I said, some of the action-packed scenes are fucking spectacular, really well done, and it brought James Bond back, something that my dad loves and that I used to watch all the time. So, moving on. Who is the best Bond of all time? You guys aren't maybe not so familiar with them. Steve, have you seen any other James Bond films?
I think Connery. I think would probably be my favorite, just because that's the one that I remember my dad watching, and that's the one I never really watched him, but it's like I have that connection with it.
He's a lot of people's choice, Jacob.
I feel like Pierce Brosnan's the one I saw the most of just as a kid, but
that's our childhood.
Yeah, I feel like Daniel Craig is probably more of an impressive, like, actor. So I guess I don't even know. I guess I'll go Daniel Craig. They're very different though, like movies in general. You know what I mean?
They all provided a little bit of different taste to them. Like Connery's different than Lazenby, than different than Roger Moore, than Timothy Dalton. Like they're all a little bit different, provide their own stuff. It's really for me a calculus of is it Craig or Connery.
I would say it's Craig. I thought you meant anybody that's not Craig. I thought you meant that was, but it's Craig for me. It's not Connery.
Then I'll go Connery just because he defined the character. And, he's dated by his time in terms of production and all that, but I do think he is like, when I think of James Bond, I think of him.
Like him with that slick back and the fucking tuxedo with the bow tie. And
yeah. Craig's films kind of fall off and it gets a little bit pedantic at times in terms of the emotionality with it. But he is maybe the best actor out of all of them. I love Daniel Craig as the actor. And I do think he's securely second place over all the other guys. Best Bond film?
That one, I guess.
For you, not a bad take. Casino Royale's pretty good.
Probably has to be Casino because I think that was better than all the Pierce Brosnan ones I watched, really. So
I'm gonna go Skyfall just because of everything I mentioned before. It delivers on the emotional touch, and it's just so well done. like in terms of storytelling and production. Just slightly more into the modern times that we're used to now. Who should be the next James Bond? Because Craig is done.
I heard people talking about Idris Elba.
Yeah, he's been heavily linked to it too.
I like Idris Elba a lot.
The biggest thing is that the Broccolis, who own the rights, the
who?
The Broccolis, the Broccoli family. I know it's Barbara Broccoli. All these, they own the rights to the James Bond franchise. They gave up those rights to Amazon, but they were heavily on, this is a white British male who is a certain thing. You know, he's like a certain way. He's a misogynist, whatever you want to call it. You know, he's like, they wanted him. That's why Idris Elba has not got it. That's why it's been exclusively not necessarily British actors, but white UK actors. Because that's what the character was in fiction. But, in Ian Fleming's novels, I mean, but in the fiction. But I don't think that's necessarily representative of what England is or what the thing is now. So I don't, you know, there's a heavy debate on who should be the next James Bond, because now it's owned by Amazon. They can go any direction they want. Do we want to see more of the old same, or do we want to try and change it up and modernize it? I don't know. But Idris Elba was heavily favored. Yeah,
he'd be sick as
he's a little bit old now.
Yeah, he is. True. It'd be
like he might be like Craig's age, and Craig doesn't want to come. You know, you still kind of have to be beefcakey, I think. Not like
you got to be cut.
Yeah,
you still got to be a little bit cut. What about Kit Harington?
Dude, I was about to say Rob Stark, where you have Cody.
No, Richard Madden he's Rob Stark.
That's what I said. Yeah, that's what. He said Kit, and then I said, and I was thinking Rob Stark.
Yeah,
because the Bodyguard, I saw that.
I don't think I saw that too. That was really good.
Yeah.
And he's English, and he cuts the profile well. I think he'd be a sneaky good pick. Kit Harington, I don't know. He seems a little small, and he seems not traditionally Bond type guy. He's a little gruff.
What about the guy that plays Braun?
No.
I like that guy.
The safe pick, and this is the guy that was offered to, is Aaron Taylor Johnson. He fits the role really well. I love Aaron Taylor Johnson, but he hasn't accepted the role. He's getting older. He's Kraven the Hunter. He was in the Train movie, the Bullet Train. Oh, whatever. Look him up. Harris Dickinson.
Yeah, this guy. Yeah, I know him. Yeah.
Harris Dickinson, who was in one of my favorite movies, The Triangle of Sadness. He doesn't cut the traditional profile, but he can do it. He's a bit wafy and skinny. Jacob Elordi, he's Australian, but he is like ideal James Bond material. I like Jacob Elordi a lot. But my number one pick is Daniel Kaluuya. I think it should be Daniel Kaluuya. He's the best actor out of all of these guys, and that's saying a lot. And he's British, and I think it would just be such a shake to the normal. Either that, or go with Lashana Lynch, who you had play. I think her name was Nomi in the last Bond film, and she was the next one. She was listed as a 007 agent after Daniel Craig's Bond died. She plays Monica Rambeau in the Marvels. Whatever. Spoiler alert for a movie that's 4 years old. Either that, or sneaky enough, I thought like Dev Patel or Tiana Taylor could be good. Tiana Taylor, American, black woman, would be interesting, but she struck me so well in One Battle After Another that I think she'd be a decent fit for that role. And Dev Patel, he's Indian, but I really liked what he did in Monkey Man, and I think he could do action really well. Anyhow, Boyega's my pick.
That's a good pick.
I'm sorry, not Boyega. Daniel Kaluuya. Boyega was also on my list. John Boyega. He plays Finn from the new Star Wars.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I'm going more for the non-traditional role. I'm going for people of color, Brits of color, UK of color, female.
You go Jason Momoa. You go really untraditional.
He's too old, and also no.
The Rock. Let's go The Rock.
Yeah, fucking.
About UK. I was gonna go fucking little Jason Statham action.
Old.
How funny would that be? Like Jason Statham is like just like one of those guys who just does like action movies that are fun. Then all of a sudden he's like, all right, I'm gonna be James fucking Bond now. I'm gonna go from Crank to fucking James Bond.
I like Statham in the role. He's doing like these B action films like The Meg, like these shitter at B
Yeah.
films, and I'm like, he's sneaky. He does really well in them, and I like him.
He's fun. He isn't like I just think his movies are fun. I don't go into a Jason Statham movie expecting like a fucking Leonardo DiCaprio acting class over here. Like I go in there, hey, I want to watch some shit fucking blow up.
Yeah.
I want to see him kill some people. Like it's gonna be fun.
That's it for the Bond talk. I think let's wrap this up here. My pick for the film after this 2.5 hour podcast is John Carpenter's Halloween, the original. It is spooky season, guys, and we forgot about it. We've been all over the place, although we watched a few scary movies and Midsummer and The Ritual, but we're here in the prime of it. Halloween is right around the corner, and I'm picking the classic, John Carpenter's Halloween, 1978 American independent slasher film starring the proverbial Michael Myers.
That's perfect.
It's chalk, but it's a great pick. It's a classic. It's something, if in case you haven't seen it, it's worth adding to your repertoire and actually seeing a classic, which this is. John Carpenter directed my favorite movie of all time, or yeah, he directed it. Is
The Thing.
It? No, sorry, The Thing. Jesus, not It. That was Stephen King.
The Thing's amazing.
He directed. The Thing is my favorite film, like of all time. I love it. It's my favorite horror film. I wanted to do that one, but I decided to go more with the Halloween pick. Good nonetheless. So that's the film to watch, guys. Halloween for Halloween time.
I like the pick.
I really like that pick too. I mean, Paige's been wanting to watch the Spooky Time movie, so
Same.
has there been a good remake of one of the classics, like the classic threat slashers or anything like that? Like, because I watched the 2009 Friday the 13th, and holy
That
shit,
ain't it.
that was so much fucking product placement for no reason. Like they're like, dude, are you enjoying this Heineken? It's like, dude, I don't like Heineken. I brought Pabst Blue Ribbon. It's like, what the fuck are we just 5 minutes into the movie?
One thing I will note though, that movie is not like great, but that might be the scariest Jason, right? Do I remember correctly where he like sprints?
Yeah,
Like Jason was like pretty scary, like, but no, like you're saying, not a good movie. But that version of Jason, I was like, oh my god, he's like a master of traps in the forest and can sprint at you like at top speed. Like they definitely made him more of like a physical specimen in that movie. It felt like, but yeah, the movie
He's like
itself,
jumping up and down off of roofs and shit like that in the movie, and like just grabbing people from above. It was though Jason itself was cool.
Yeah, no, but the movie.
But they just like they sprinted through like his backstory in like fucking 45 seconds of like flash takes, and then like we have a group of teenagers, all of them die in the first 20 minutes. Like, oh, now we have a whole new group of teenagers. Like, the fuck did I waste the last 20 minutes watching them die for? Like,
not a good film, Steve, but I do think that the Halloween remakes, the recent ones, are actually fairly pretty good and in the vein of the first one. The ones from like 2018, I forget who directed them. But they also they're around. They basically take place after this film, Halloween 1, Laurie Strode's first introduction with Michael, but in like more of the modern day. So Laurie Strode, what's her name? Jamie Lee Curtis is like her age currently, but she's still Laurie Strode, just a few years removed, and that's where the story picks up. It basically cuts off anything after this film from the original 6. Those are pretty good. Not as good, but pretty good in terms of horror remakes. Other than that, The Thing remake was terrible.
The Texas one was awful. Texas
Chainsaw stinks.
Oh,
Jason stinks. Freddy Krueger stunk. Like it was just what the horror movies are for the classics, I think.
They
and
just
then
actually fucking slutted out fucking Friday the 13th too. They had like Jason. They had Jason X where he was in fucking space. They had Jason versus Freddy.
Jason Takes New York.
Yeah, like they just slutted out that franchise for money at one point. And it was like, none of these movies are any good.
Yeah. Well, they made money.
A decent remake was It.
It remake was actually all right.
That might be the best one out of any remake.
The new Scream films are all right, but they're not really remakes.
Right,
they're Scream 5 and 6.
Yeah. You're right though. That's one of the only franchises that didn't fall off though. Like I haven't watched all of them, but I hear that they're not bad.
Yeah, Scream actually sneaky 1 through 6 is like maybe the best of the horror franchises. Like the worst one is I think is Scream 3, or maybe 4. Yeah, 3 or 4. No, 3. and like then they pick back up in the new generation. But
Scream the one where the fucking one guy pretended to be like special needs for the whole fucking movie, and they turns out just to be normal at the end.
No, I think you're thinking of Scary Movie, which is a play on Scream.
Maybe
Dewey.
And
Yeah,
Anna
Lieutenant
Faris
Dewey.
was in it.
Actually done in one of the movies, though.
Yeah, it's the same guy playing a different special needs role in a parody film. But yeah, this has been the Banner Report. This has gone on too long, and we need to end it. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for doing it. Celtics 41.5 over. Lock it in. Go C's. Get better, JT. Get better, JB. Boys, thanks for doing this, and follow us and like and subscribe for more NBA action and culture takes, I guess. But thank you.
Love you guys.
All right, go Pats.
Bye.